Hello. Hello. Other people are coming. They're just on their way. We do this kind of like voice call format just so people can like come and leave when they need to. All I'm praying for with this is that there will be at least 5 minutes in which all of us are here, and then we've won, baby.
Yeah.
Everyone,
Just
how are you
5
doing?
minutes.
I haven't seen you all in so long.
It's been so long.
Did I see you last week?
Yeah.
Didn't I kill you last week?
Yeah, you did. By the way,
Yeah, I
Kiki,
did.
I was in a one shot and she killed me, which gives me ample permission to kill all of you. B, apparently you're
Technically, the
little bit
chat kills
quiet.
you. Just
Hi.
saying.
Yeah,
Hi
chat did.
everyone. Am I still quiet now?
You're a little bit.
Am I?
Just project.
Am I?
There's
There's
Faye.
Faye.
Hello.
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 I've got someone echoing a tiny bit, but
Oh.
I don't. Yeah,
Oh,
I know there's
don't
an
hear it.
echo cancellation dial. Just have that on. Anyways, thank you for the birthday messages, everyone. It's my if you didn't know, it's my
Maddie's birthday, everyone. All
today.
together now.
Birthday.
Happy
Happy
birthday
birthday
to
to
you.
you.
Happy
birthday
to you.
Happy
Happy
birthday, dear
birthday.
Happy birthday to you.
On this day.
If I don't
For
try and
many
stay
more.
in sync, if I don't try to stay in sync, I won't accidentally be off sync.
Exactly. The funniest thing is that yesterday when I was streaming, I can't remember who it was. It might have been Chelsea. When are they gonna sing you happy birthday on stream? They all give the vibes that they'd be like musically talented and that it would, and that's all I was thinking when you guys were doing that, was the pure irony of that statement.
They're funny.
Yeah.
Very funny. Well, we're just gonna hope that Ree hasn't decided to have an early night and will show up at some point.
Ree will show up and go, I'm so sorry, I'm late. Something happened. Also, I'll be a minute. I'm gonna make tea. That's the bet that I'm making.
I love that. Absolutely.
Or slight alteration to that. The reason she's late is because she was making tea.
Yeah.
I was gonna say that, so I'm not gonna put a bet in at all.
See,
I don't want to lose.
my bet is that
Everyone
she
cash in your
forgot, but y'all do whatever the. As it gets later, we'll work it out. Anyways, everyone, welcome to our season 1 wrap up, our little after show. I've missed you guys so much. Like last Friday, I was so sad that we couldn't play D&D, but it makes sense because we have things and we're busy. I'm just glad we could figure out a time when we could do this. But overall, how are we feeling? I really
See if
liked
the iron's working.
I really liked where we left off the campaign. I think it was a really good, satisfying little end.
It was. It was very good.
Do you guys remember what happened?
Honestly, no.
I left.
I don't remember.
I haven't written a recap, but I can look at my notes.
I'll give the Sparks note refresh, mainly because like a lot of the questions might be about last session, and it has been a second, and I don't blame you. I remember because it's my job. You guys do whatever the fuck you want. So you guys had a chat to Persephone, who told you that basically Hephaestus done been nicking these magic items, only managed to destroy the bowl. The helm was still missing, but you guys then discovered that the helm was attempted to be destroyed, but didn't manage to be destroyed. It was instead taken by Cerberus, who then delivered it to his mother, Echidna, as she escaped from Tartarus at the end of the campaign. Sorry, I just realized I'm talking like the Jeff Goldblum, like the, yes. Anyways, and then you guys were forcefully shunted back to camp, where you discovered that 8 demigods had left the island, having stolen a boat after their dream messages to Echidna seemed to have stuck, and they were joining the dark side. Francis was quickly trying to figure out how to decode an encoded map that had been accidentally left behind, working out where they were heading. Um, Ash gave a quick rundown to Chiron. The two talked. Monique made some weapons. Jezebel touched her brother.
Started listening to Green Day.
Started listening to Green Day.
Fuck yeah.
Theo had a little chat with his mother after another failed attempt to talk to his father, and sent a message to Mila saying, "You up?" Mila responded, "Sure," after having a chat with Cersei, which went really well.
Super well.
Yep.
Oh, great.
Ash
Don't
and
resent the gods at
Jezebel.
all.
Ash and Jezebel had a little chat. Then Ash and Mila had a big chat after Ash had a big chat with the sister, and the two of them decided they didn't like the gods anymore, or at least one of them did, and they were going to cross the ocean to join the dark side, meaning that Kiki and Bee will be playing different characters next season. We don't know if they'll come back. We don't know what's going to happen. We'll never say never. But I will say, quick announcement, that we will be running a one-shot on the channel for Ash and Mila as a kind of cute little goodbye, a wrap-up to kind of decide exactly where their minds are at, where they're sitting, and we will be joined by a very special guest, that special guest being Hannah from Hannah Plays D&D, who will be reprising her role as Kaya. So get really keen for that. That's going to be happening. We're looking at the 22nd of August. We'll see how that runs, but it'll be late August before we start up again, hopefully in September. Ria's here. Guys, we're all here. If we have this for at least
King's
5
all
minutes,
here.
I'm going to be happy.
Ree's alive?
I know.
He's alive.
Your assassination attempt failed again.
Ree, do you have tea?
Sorry. No, I disassociated in the shower
Damn.
for like.
That's so
40
real.
minutes.
Oh, that's
fucking
valid.
Nothing
bad.
was
Fair
very wrinkly. Yeah, jet lag is still hitting me like a bitch.
That's so
Me and
bad.
you, my hair's still wet. Except I got out of the
Same.
shower in ample time, and then I sat in a towel on my bed and disassociated.
Oh,
See what different?
God,
Nice.
that hurts.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, instead I decided to up my water bill.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so that's what you missed on Glee. I just gave a really quick recap, so Ree, you can just kick rocks, I guess. Hope you remember.
Suffer.
But yeah, I think now we'll go to some questions, but I was just saying how much I miss you guys, and I love you. I love you, Ree. Alright.
You're gay.
I'm
Shut
so
up.
true. So true.
Home of the sexual.
So we'll head straight into the questions.
No, that's
There's a lot
Sasha.
of us. So with all of the questions, if you don't have an answer, we don't necessarily have to go down the line. Just if you have an answer, give it. Yeah. From Metz, if you can share, what was something you had planned for your character to do/say that changed or didn't come to fruition? If it is something that you think is going to come up in the future and you want to save it, you absolutely can.
Hold on, I'll find the doc.
I had one that I don't think it's gonna happen. Remember when we got attacked by those weird tornadoes? I had an idea where if someone got pushed over the cliff, Theo would jump after them and then cast levitate on himself and try
Nice.
to catch them.
So it was
I,
more like a visual, like, slay moment
Yeah.
that you just wanted to occur. I respect that.
So I was like, wow, that's such a cool moment, but I don't think it's gonna happen. But if
It
it does,
Well, no.
yeah.
You're like
Because
a
even if the spell
Spider-Man.
wears off, you slowly float to the ground.
It's like Featherfall with extra steps.
True. Or kick someone off of a cliff and cast levitate on them.
You already did that.
I did? Kick them off?
Leave Rowan alone.
And I did. Oh, yeah. Well,
Oops.
One trick pony.
look. It would have been cool. It would have been
God.
cool. Like imagine like an interrogation technique where Theo
Yeah.
kicks someone off a cliff and they're just floating there.
That's so
I have to like
fucked up.
wrangle them in. But
Yep.
Put him on a leash.
Hey, listen.
mhm.
Season 2 is nothing if not opportunistic to torture people.
Oh my god!
I'm kidding, mostly.
I,
Go ahead.
this is. I think it's gonna happen. It's mostly just that I kept on forgetting that I had this feat. It was like a homebrewed one that Maddie gave me. That was Aura of Intoxication. So as a bonus action, you can spend a bardic inspiration to activate an intoxicating aura in a 10-foot radius around you. And like they have to make a con save at the beginning or at the start or end of their turn. Is blah 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 blah. Because of a fun little class change, I'll
don't
probably
worry
be
about
able to
it.
use that more in season 2.
Listen, Faye and I've been in each other's DMs.
Oh yeah.
Is
Listen.
Jezebel a paladin?
No,
No.
that would be funny though.
That would have been good.
Crazy.
I'm just I fully think that everyone in the party has like could possibly multi-class into some form of paladin at some point. Y'all have
Oh,
the
yeah, for
chops
sure.
for it. That could go crazy. I think who was I talking to? We were talking about Monique, like multi-classing into paladin would go crazy.
That or
I
Force Cleric.
won't lie, I have thought about it because Oath of Redemption does hit real
I
good
know.
for me.
Uh,
Yeah, it does.
Exactly
look
what
at
I was
it-
thinking.
I look at it daily.
Staring at D&D Beyond longingly.
It's like the soldier who has
Bro.
a picture of their sweetheart from home, and it's like,
Redemption Paladin.
me looking at the subclass I made for this character, me looking over my shoulder at my main class.
Me, my like,
Yep.
that's like every paladin, but they're like, I love playing paladin, and then they look at the back and Oathbreaker's staying there, like, they're like,
I've never played an
No.
Oathbreaker. I've never played an Oathbreaker.
I
Oathbreakers are
believe
fun.
in playing an Oathbreaker halfway through a campaign. Get into it. My favorite is Oath of Redemption, Oathbreaker, because you know that comes
Oh.
with baggage.
Oh, that comes with pain.
For real.
That comes with betrayal.
Mhm.
It comes with a level of, oh, you don't think you're deserving of forgiveness. You know what? Actually, you're not.
Yep.
You know what? Actually, you're not.
I played in a
Fuck you.
campaign where I betrayed the party,
Oh.
and then my character became an evil NPC, and I played a different character. But one of them was an Oath of Redemption paladin who never gave up on him and never became an Oathbreaker because that NPC ended up killing him because he refused to see him as evil. So it was kind of like the two things of he either died believing what he believed in, or he would have broken his oath, and the first happened. It was
Yeah.
devastating.
well, I gotta go dissociate in a shower.
I mean, Oathbreakers do have a tenet where they're like, I can admit when someone won't change, and I will
Yeah.
do my duty and stuff. That's part of their tenet. So they're not a class that's made to be broken, but like
But
it
it's
is.
cool
It is
when it is.
painful. It's cool when it's like such a deep betrayal that they're like, oh, you've broken my entire belief system.
Yep.
Hey, man.
All right, the rest of you,
Anyway.
any things you wanted to say, do?
Oh yeah. Well, mine I can't particularly talk about, but I do have something planned that I think if Ash comes back, that Ash will say to Kaya at some point. And I hope that still happens. I think Maddie knows what this is.
Yeah.
I've talked to Maddie about this.
Everyone's
That
in
was
my
something I had
DMs.
planned pretty much since the beginning.
My favorite activity
So,
is players in my DMs while we psychoanalyze their characters together.
For real.
My
Yep,
favorite
yep.
activity.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that may or may not come up, but I hope it does.
I sorry, really quickly. I love
Go
Facebook.
ahead.
Did you guys know it's my twin sister's birthday today? Sorry, continue.
Oh my god, she was born on the same day? Are you guys twins or something?
You have a twin sister?
I
Pause.
do. We're,
What? I think we
we're
talked about this
fraternal. we're fraternal. She looks nothing like me. We look like cousins.
Yeah, they look completely different.
Bees
They're
met
so
them.
different.
But
I've
still,
heard.
you have a twin, and I'm just not. What the
Yeah.
heck?
I think Maddie's talked about this before. Like, I think we sat for a solid 30 minutes afterwards talking about your twin.
I
It's
must
okay.
have not been
I
paying
have no
attention.
memory of
Maybe.
this.
I went to school with people for like 12 years who didn't know that we were twins. They were like, "Oh, we just thought you guys were cousins." Like,
She also sounds completely different from you as well.
yeah, she does.
She
But you
does.
think she sounds really British?
Yeah, no, she sounds like she's from Essex, but with an
Yeah.
Australian twang. It's so weird.
I remember you
it's
saying about
Adelaide.
this. Yeah.
Anyways. Ree and Kiki, anything or achieved
So-
absolutely everything we wanted to do?
I did have a thing. I had a letter that Mila wanted to leave for Monique, and this was back like in Athens, like this episode 3 or whatever, and I had it written out, and I was going to like leave it for Monique afterwards, but then things got kind of crazy, and it didn't end up happening. I can read it for y'all if you would
Yeah,
like. 'Cause there's
for sure.
This
Yeah.
this was shortly after Hephaestus got fucking murdered, and she wanted to comfort you, but it didn't work out. So
This is in Mila's diary with a little padlock on it.
It says, "To Monique, my parent has taught me love is expressed through action, but I will do my best to put in words. I admire your tenacity and will to push through hardship. Though we have not spoken in much length before, I consider you Prienta, my friend. I hope to achieve the same to you someday. I know it is already discussed, but I want you to know it is true. I have noticed who you are over these brief few days. You are caring, but more than anything, you are strong like steel. It is remarkable, like seeing the foundation of great towers before they are realized. And it is beautiful to witness the glistening, but those steel beams, they are never set to hold the sky alone. And neither are you. La urmei suntem kobesi. Listen, it's fucking Romanian. It says, after all, we are all children of the gods. And then it says, I grija familia meow. Mila S. And then it says, P.S. I think Jezebel's horror coffee mixture has burned a hole in the countertops. Sorry.
Discovered a new level of acidity.
And then it never happened, so that note doesn't exist.
Yeah, that aged horribly.
God.
It did.
Oof.
This would have hurt a lot more if you had it. Oh
But
my
what if-
god.
Oh
what if
my
Monique
God.
Just
But what
finds
if?
that in
Yeah, I was gonna
what
say
if-
she
what if
it
she
just exists
finds
somewhere?
it
What if it
somewhere.
just exists and Monique
Yeah.
finds it now?
I was gonna
Yeah.
leave it on
Just
like
even
your
more?
pillow before bed, and then ended up sleeping on the roof with Theo instead.
Wow.
Sad.
That's
Rip. Anyways.
Yeah. Yikes. I haven't planned anything for Mon. I had like nothing for her in that sense.
Relives the here and now.
I literally, I do.
Valid.
I'm like, I have barely any plans. Like, I'll come up with like spiraling ideas, but then like, it's why it's really bad. Like, if someone like plans, like, if like DMs like plan like romances for me or anything, because I'll just be like, I know you made that NPC for me, but what about that guy over there? It's like an unnamed NPC that was like a throw off, and I'm like, what about that one?
You're
But
coming
like,
home with me.
yeah, Monique. The only plan I really had for her was for her to be, she didn't even end up being what I wanted her to be, which was to be, I guess she kind of did, like the Long John Silver of like the group in that sense. Like, I wanted her to be the Silver to the group's gyms in that sense. And I think she can get there. That's what I want her to be. Because I think like for her, and like something that like both she and I think is that her prime has come and gone, and all she can do now is try and stop the younger ones from making like errors like she did.
Because as we know, demigods are only useful when they're between the ages of 12 and 17.
Yeah.
And then they retire.
Yeah.
Never tell you what happened.
Yeah, I absolutely get that. I go through the same thing wherever you make a character and you're like, they're going to be really calm, and then they're the character who has to deal with all of the trauma right off the bat, and then kind of have their core revealed very quickly. And I think that's what happened to Monique.
Well, you
It
remember, like,
happens
we
to
were
someone.
drafting her, and Monique was going to be really shy
She
and really
was.
soft-spoken and, like,
Oh.
really withdrawn.
Mm.
Like, that was her whole thing.
But listen, she
and
went through
then-
some stress.
Yeah, but...
But I that's my favorite part about D&D. It just, every plan will absolutely go out the window, and you'll end up with something better than what you had originally planned for. Because I love Monique's character and the dynamic she brings to the party. I think it's amazing. Next question. What major theory of yours was correct? Do any of you have any things you're very proud of?
I was very close with Theo. I was like talking it out with Maddie and Justin and being like, this is my theory. And I like was writing it down.
Okay.
And I said almost like the right thing
It was so
in like
close.
one of the things I was throwing out. And I was like,
I think the closest thing you said was when you worked out like immediately that he couldn't talk about it, that he had been
Yeah.
like not that he like wouldn't, or something, that he had been like cursed in some way that he like
Yeah.
physically couldn't talk about it. You, I think, were the first to at least say it.
Yeah.
I know because I
Props, that's
very
great.
specifically remember it, that Ree was the first one to bring up Echidna and Typhon, and I went, and then you dropped it really quickly, and I was like, thank God.
So here's the thing. I don't theorize. I throw shots in the dark and then I forget about them.
And
I
listen,
throw shots, I get bullseyes, and I've already
should-
turned to get like another drink. You know,
It would've
I'm like,
been-
yeah.
Yeah.
Ugh.
in another style of this, you should have been a child of Apollo who's just actually
I am a
really good at
prophet.
prophecy.
yeah.
It'd be funny.
I mean, I don't know if you guys saw the 10 years before one shot, but John played a child of Hecate who could do prophecies but just didn't think they were prophecies, and was just like, guys, I had this really crazy dream and I think we're going to turn it into a song. And then they performed the song, and then Chiron would be like, are you fucking kidding? That happened last week. Like, heroes are gone and you knew the whole time. And he's like, he's just like an idiot. He's like very powerful, but he just likes swords more than he likes magic. So he was a hexblade warlock. It was very funny. But yeah, if you guys haven't seen that one shot, I recommend it, because we had a direct reference to it in the finale of a certain demigod who was on the list of 8, who may or may not have been one of those. Anyways,
They were.
Anyone else?
I was pretty proud of myself for getting the note of Mount Etna being important, because I brought that up and everyone went, what? And I was like, no, this shit's important. We gotta
should
go
go
there.
there."
It's important. And we got there, and then like obviously stuff happened, but then like obviously as the plot progressed and stuff like that, we moved away from it. And then Typhon came up, and I went, I fucking know where that motherfucker is. He's under Mount Etna. I knew it. I knew it was important.
As soon as you're like, we're going there, I was like, if you Google Mount Etna, the first thing that comes up is that it's Typhon's prison. And I went,
Yep.
I'm fucked. But then I just kept talking about how it was also Hephaestus's main forge. And I was like, just get them to focus on that part of it.
In the back of my mind, see, that's the thing. I got that, and in the
Yeah.
back of my mind, I knew it's like, yeah, because like it's his forge, and then also Typhon's underneath it. Anyway,
I bet those
Anyway,
two things
so
are connected.
forge.
I think that was important. Just
Let's
like,
remake the
I'm
lightning bolt.
technology.
No.
Actually, that probably was again another point probably in the back of my mind that I never put out there, was just like, oh yeah, we've got to fix the forge because then it blows up and Typhon gets out. Anyway, that's not important to our quest, surely.
Yes.
just didn't make that connection. I got so close.
I guessed that Apollo was gonna play Rowan, and I'm happy with that. Though I don't think I did that. I'm pretty sure I bounced off of somebody else and we figured it there. I don't remember
That might
who.
have been me. I think
To be
probably
fair, I definitely, it was I didn't know who was going to come first originally when I had casted Hannah and Apollo, and I said, whoever comes first will like spoil the other one. So like you had the big surprise for Kyra, and I was like, they'll definitely work out that like Apollo is playing Rowan, but like it was still like really fun. So I was happy with it. I just
What are you
kept,
talking about? I did
just-
not figure this out.
Just you technically did, because you were like, is Apollo playing Rowan? And I barefaced lied to you and said no.
What the heck?
And
God
you
forbid I
believe-
trust you. God forbid I believe the words that are coming out of your
Why would
mouth.
you
Your
trust the
first
DM?
mistake. Just
What
know
the
if
hell?
it's something to do with the campaign, I will lie. Because it's funny.
I don't know. I'm not a scientist.
Okay, now on to the new ones. I love this one from Chelsea. If your characters became drag artists, what would their names be?
Oh
Y'all
my
can have
God.
time
Over.
to think about this if you need.
What's a drag
No.
artist?
No.
Oh, drag. Okay.
Drag, like a drag queen or king. Fuck this. I've already thought about it. Her name's Clover.
Period.
Oh, that's so good. That's so good.
Oh my god.
Drag names.
Yes. What's your?
I like when drag names are like Miss something, but it's
Yeah.
like the Miss is the actual part of the word. You know?
Like Miss Cake.
Option for
Yeah.
option for Monique. Hannah Sickle, like hammer and sickle. I just was
okay.
thinking of hammer things, and then it became a communist joke. Get into it.
Wow.
I
That
think
became a communist joke.
I think Jezebel would be vine and cheese.
I love
Vine
that.
and cheese.
Vine.
Vine.
Can I change my answer to Clover Rabbit?
Can her name be Liesel German Boy?
See, this is. I also had the thought of like, what if I had Viljuvevigs as like a last name?
Viljuvevigs.
Viljuvevigs. I did have that as a D&D character's last name once, and I spelled it like incomprehensibly, and I said like, say it out loud. And they said it out loud, and they hated me.
NB says in the chat, Mila has to be misfortunate.
Nah, fuck that.
Oh.
It's already
Or
misfortune.
misfortune. Yeah.
It's pretty good. It's pretty
What in the
good.
League of
That's
That's
Legends?
Thea's nickname for her, isn't it?
Yeah.
True story. I came up with it.
I asked Justin. I was like, "Hey, what are some nicknames that we call each other?"
I'm glad I stuck around too. That's a good one. Something I'm trying to think. I can't think of anyone for Theo. If anyone has-
Ashes can be like Karma Chameleon or something. Karma. Why isn't
All I
someone put
think of
someone put that in
is-
Ash's playlist?
Going on there right now.
I'm just I don't know if anyone's watched Friends and stuff much, but all I can think of is Phoebe just going "Flame Boy" for money, because technically she'd be a drag queen, a drag king, right?
Mhm.
So like,
You could be either.
"Flame Boy,"
Playboy.
which is so, or like I don't know, Honique.
Flambe.
I don't know, like get the French and they're like Honique, Honique. I don't know,
Okay, Francie.
Honique.
There could be something
Yeah.
like love and lava. There's a pun there.
Lava, lava.
like
boy.
like lava, but as a replacement for love.
Lava me.
Courtney Lava instead of Courtney Love. I don't know.
Is this anything?
Come
Call her
on.
hot and spicy.
Lava me
Period.
tits.
Oh,
Lava me dick. Oh my god, because he'd be a drag king. Lava me dick.
Period. My favorite drag king name is Adam Apple. It's a good one.
That's a good one.
It was a good one. Anyways, there's a drag queen in Australia. There's two that I love. One's called Tequila Mockingbird, and another one is Karen from Finance. It's a good one. And we have a local queen who's just called Eve L. Anyways,
Queen shit icon.
Y'all can think about this further. We'll if anyone thinks of cool things, we'll put it in chat. Justin, I loved every Theo wardrobe change. Can we expect a more emo Theo after he's gotten his heart broken?
Listen.
That started nice
Green
and then
Day.
just went
Dang.
dark.
Jezebel's like, come on over. Have
Listen.
such a holiday.
Boulevard of
I-
Broken Dreams.
Is Theo brokenhearted? I don't know. Is he? I'm just kidding. He's very brokenhearted. He's devastated. But I think season 2 will be interesting because I think until this point he kind of had like I don't know. Like that's the justification for like his not his like well-being or his mental health, but it's like at least Mila thinks I'm a good person, or at least Mila thinks I'm good enough to be around, you know? And she's not around anymore. She actively said, nah, fuck that, you know? But now that other people know the truth, it's not like just on Mila to justify Theo's like self-worth or self-being, you know? So although he may be heartbroken, I think this may be better for Theo in the long run because he gets to
Fair
be
enough.
himself around more people. He doesn't have to put on an act, you know?
Mm.
And so as far as wardrobe goes, I think yes, there'll be a lot more black this next season. A lot more black robe clothes. And maybe since he dipped in the fighter a little bit, more time with Monique, you know, maybe some cool stuff is happening. But I don't know. It may be cool. I heard there were daggers made for Theo, so definitely want those. You know?
I will say, next, I always said when it came to your guys' like feats that I gave you to do with your demigods that they would be milestone. You will get new ones with the next season. So if you want to try and flavor them to be kind of changing with you or to suit a new fighting style better, my DMs are open. And trust me, I have a Rolodex of ideas for feats for every single one of you, but I want to leave it up to you. But if any of you go, do you have any ideas? I'll be like, let me pull out my Google Doc of ideas I have
so
for you.
glad you asked. Because actually,
I have
many hours
57.
thinking about this.
You know what? You know what I want next season? I want more scenes with Monique because I feel like we could get into a lot of trouble. I like the dynamic that we have. It's very funny to me.
Yeah, yeah, you guys are so funny. I'm keen. Ree, what is something stupid that Monique has had to create for herself or for someone else, and how long did it take for her to finish it?
Something stupid?
Something stupid. Has she ever made something stupid? Maybe to fix someone else's problem?
Honestly, I want to say yes, but I think realistically, she would have just been like, "That's already been invented. It's called a toaster. Please stop microwaving bread." Like I don't like shit like that. Like she's like, it's already been invented. I'm not making that. That's
She
dumb.
actually has just made a lot of safety locks for things that Quinn can get
You know what?
into.
Child locks. She's made a
Childproof
fuck ton of
locks.
child locks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's made so many child locks because like they just don't get shipping to the island. So she's like, I've had to make so there's so many things in there that like just child locked
Yeah.
in so
So
many
Quinn
places.
can't get into it. And listen,
Yeah.
Quinn's like 15 now. He still hasn't figured it out.
Yeah.
Listen, apparently the Hermes genes, like, they skipped a generation when it came to... He just likes blowing things up. Doesn't mean he's good at stealing. He just does it.
Sometimes you just gotta make things.
Listen. Quinn's just adopted by the Hephaestus kids, but happens to be a Hermes kid. And I love that for him.
Yeah.
Which means he's chaotic and doesn't have the protections that the Hephaestus kids have. Which makes him scary.
Oh no.
Yep. Faye. Jezebel throws parties at camp, but what is her favorite party game and party trick to do?
Oh, I think that as a child of Dionysus, her favorite party trick is instantly like knowing what your favorite drink is going to be. Not like your go-to, what like you would love.
Mhm. And it's
Like-
always right.
It's always right. And if she doesn't like the person, she will tell them something different that she know that they will not like, because you need to earn it now.
Yeah. And then they drink it,
Um,
and you're just like, oh, sorry, I must have
Oh,
overestimated you.
must have confused you with someone better.
Um, maybe get a
and-
couple years, your taste buds will develop.
Yeah, yeah. Just try it again. No, chug it.
Do it.
It is your favorite drink. You're just not ready for it yet.
Yeah. It's not your favorite. You're its favorite. And the other part of the question was favorite vibe of a party?
Favorite party game.
Favorite party game.
Vroom. Let's drive.
It might be like pool or darts. Like she's definitely managed to get like a pool table in her
Mhm.
cabin, and that is partly like a thing that does just attract a bunch of like people who don't really have much going on. They're like, let's go play a game of pool. But like she can just smoke people in a game of pool, sober or intoxicated. Like, doesn't matter what level you are. It's just, yes, it comes naturally. I don't know.
Yeah, her gaths just give the vibes of like people show up when they want to, and everyone's just talking and vibing, and we have a movie on in the background that no one watches.
Yes. First time is free. You come, whatever, do whatever. Second time, you bring cheese, a sausage, anything. Bring some sort
One
of
or
entree.
two
because
sausages and a bar of chocolate.
One or two sausages.
And for breakfast, I have a cigarette and a bar of
cigarette.
chocolate. For lunch, we have one
A
or two
glass of
cigarettes.
wine.
And then for dessert, I have a chocolate cigarette. Oh, so yes, that is very true, Chelsea. Sash would fucking rule at darts. That's just
I
mini
was-
archery.
I was thinking of saying darts, but I think she's been smited by too many Apollo kids who just come in. Like,
Then again, they're
pool, she can mess with them more.
They're absolutely like dead, and you're dead sober. So maybe
Yeah.
you do beat them. It's all just to undermine. Kiki will come back to B. Despite being afraid of water, does Ash like ocean creatures? Which one is their favorite?
Oh, yeah. I think it's more the fear of being in it that's the problem. But like seeing it and it not being a threat to them is fine. So like yeah, they definitely it is specifically them being in it that they are against.
They're like, yo, that's your world. I'm not meant to
Yeah,
be
that's
in
your
there.
world.
I'll
You're
watch from a
fully pretty.
distance.
I'll watch it on National Geographic or something. But I'm good. I don't want that. Yeah, you do your thing.
Do they have a favorite fish?
Favorite fish. They were a Finding Nemo kid, 100%. It's a clownfish, 100%.
Wow, real. They're so funky looking. Kiki, what was the moment that made Mila discover she was very lucky when she was younger?
So, here's the thing. Mila never figured out that she was lucky until other people pointed it out. It's very much more like, you know how you're autistic and it's very obvious to everyone else, but you don't know until they point it out? Because you're living in your own
Mila's
reality.
luck is just a metaphor for autism.
It's just better autism. No, everything's a metaphor for autism. Welcome to me.
To be
I got
fair,
the luck autism.
Demigods is straight up a metaphor for ADHD, so...
They all have ADHD.
Yep.
No.
But yeah, so she never really noticed that she was lucky. I would say that her parent probably noticed she was lucky after several consecutive events occurred. One of the first being that they got picked up by a record label. And then
following just like they were able to get out of an active war zone before it happened. They were able to get like housing really easily. Like it was a series of events, and then their parents like that child's very lucky. Um, one of the things that happened, for example, was she wandered into like a circus tent and just found herself with the lions and was just petting it the entire time. And when they found her, they're like, "You're lucky to be alive," and she's like, "But this is my friend." So,
But Kitty.
but Kitty, essentially,
But
yeah, she was like,
And then the couple of
fine.
Christians in the room were like, "This happened." Sorry,
But
my
Devil-
Catholic, just as soon as you're like, she was in a den with the lions, and I was like, some Jesus person's in the back, like.
I just remembered a thing that didn't come to pass about Jezebel. was
Jezebel
that-
being able to turn water into wine.
Yeah, the initial idea I had for her was that she was in a cult and she was hailed as like a new Christ figure because she turned water into wine, and like would just know.
I need you to do that though at some point in season 2. If we just need like, if we're somewhere, we need to get directions from just like an adult or whatever, and they're just like, "Oh, listen, kid, I'm busy. I need you to go. Listen, water into wine. Okay, I'm basically Jesus. Now tell me. Tell me what I want to know."
Stop
I
screaming.
freaked them out.
I steal Maddie's one-shot special of just I know a guy, and it's just I know 50 guys. They are all in my cult though.
They said
Have you guys seen Umbrella Academy?
Yeah,
This is what
yeah.
that sounds like. Jezebel
Yeah.
is what I think his name is Klaus.
Klaus. Yeah.
Jezebel is
Yep.
Klaus.
Jezebel is like Klaus pre the like addiction. She's always given me that vibes. Maddie, it's me. Which god was your favorite to play, and which is your least favorite mechanics wise? I think my favorite is Ares. I love playing Ares just because partly it's like a thing where I want him to have better representation and I like giving it to him and it makes me happy. But also he has a really fun accent to do, and it makes me giggle. And yeah, he just comes very naturally to me, of like making it like funny but also poignant, and love that. Least favorite would be any god where I want them to have an incredibly low, commanding, authoritarian voice, and I am but a lady with a voice box of estrogen and cannot form it, which is sad because I'm just like, I know exactly how I want this to sound and just feel like it doesn't hit as good. But I might try and work how to do voice mods better and use them a little bit more, which could be good. But yeah, probably that.
Reminds me of when we first talked to Aries, and then it was like, but what do we get out of it? You approached me.
Legit. No, it was Theo going, and why should we do this for you? And Eric's just like, are you fucking kidding? It'd be like if someone came up to you and was like, can I sell you this? And they're like, I mean, yeah, what do you want to give me? And they're like, I'll give you this. And then we're like, okay. And they're like, wait, but why should I sell it to you? And then he's like,
It was a good question at the time. I don't know what you guys are mad about. Great question.
I love so often when Justin has obviously just like the conscious like frontal lobe is just turned off, and then he'll like tune back in and then be like, yeah, so I'm gonna do this, and we're like, we're not there anymore, buddy. We haven't
What do you mean?
Where are you?
Listen,
stab
I mean, that's
you
going to be attacked.
hey, listen,
I'm just waiting.
it's the Hermes kid. It's the Hermes kid. They're just thinking too fast. Just thinking too fast. They're in the here and now.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for session 1 of season 2, and it's just Theo just like, okay, yeah, I want to go talk to Mila. Mila's gone?
Well, it depends on when we start the first session. So yeah, he wouldn't know.
Yeah, that's
He would
fair.
just know that
I was waiting
Mila
for you as Justin.
doesn't. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, you gotta do what you gotta do. I don't know. Probably his apartment's burnt down by now because all those
Oh.
candles.
God. True.
Speaking of, do you guys want to see my candle? It's in a maple tin can.
I
Hell
have
yeah.
I have one
That's
that's
very
Freddie
European.
Mercury as the king.
Oh,
Oh, you win. Come on, I put it down.
Candles in a can? Oh
You
my
won
god.
instantly.
Yeah.
The best candle I ever got, I actually managed to thrift, and
Candle.
it was one of those.
Yeah,
What?
candle.
Sorry, carry
I
on.
got distracted by and confused by your epiphany. It was one of those like rosary like prayer candles, but it was of Matthew Gray Goobler, and I gave it to my
Real.
best friend because I was like, "You love
my-
Criminal Minds."
So good. For everyone, what would your character bring to a barbecue party? What do they bring to the potluck? What are they bringing to cookout? What are they bringing?
Potato salad.
Theo's Southern, so he would love a barbecue. Gonna
He's
give
on the
some
grill.
ribs.
Is he on the grill?
Absolutely. He made the ribs himself from scratch.
And Monique built the grill.
Yeah, she did.
Honestly, Mon would probably be like
It's just the forge.
She just put a grill across the forge. But no, Mona would probably do like a tabbouleh or something.
I can't.
A couscous.
Ooh,
Mm.
I can't
It's a
remember what
barbecue,
the...
Ree. Why would you bring that?
Because you gotta have the things to go with the meat, Justin.
That's
you don't
true,
just
that-
eat the meat.
Who
You bring a
who's
salad.
at a barbecue?
Hold on.
Ray,
Hold
they're
on.
Americans. They're Americans. They don't eat vegetables.
Hold
They
on.
don't-
Hold on. The Brit is being incorrect again. Hold on.
Isn't couscous a grain? I'm confused and
Yeah.
scared.
You do couscous, and you do it. No, so a tabbouleh is like a couscous salad.
Ray, I know what you're talking about. Don't worry. I got you. I got you,
That sounds
bestie.
delicious.
That's
I'm
not a
on board with
barbecue.
it.
That's not a barbecue.
Well, then you're gonna hate my suggestion. I think Jezebel. I can't remember what the actual name of this is called. But do you know the Jello where you put whipped cream in it and you whisk it together like
Yeah,
that?
I know
It's
what you're.
delicious. Shut up.
No,
Listen,
it's
listen.
the, I have it
I
written
It's
down.
delicious.
briefly. Oh my
It's
god.
It's not
so good.
ambrosia
It's
salad.
not
It's the
just
other
that.
one.
Yes. Either that, or she'd probably bring multiple. She'd probably bring one of those because it's like you bring like a strawberry flavor Jello and you whisk in the Cool Whip with that, and so it's smooth and delicious. And then she'd
Is it
also bring
Watergate
another
salad?
one. I think so, maybe. I don't know.
Guys, I'm American.
I'm no scientist. And then there'd be another one that she used pop instead of water, so it's fizzy. It's like a
Oh.
fizzy
Yeah.
Jello. It's delicious.
Yeah, it's
I'll
like
die in
it's
this
like
hill.
Ploid
I've dug my
cha.
grave.
It's like the Korean thing that everyone has. Sorry, shout out to Mets in the chat for making a Pink Floyd reference that made me giggle. How can you have any pudding if you haven't had your meat?
I forgot that not only there's few Americans in this show. I forgot that I'm the Black American. Like, what are you
Wait,
doing? You're bringing
wait.
Jello to what the fuck is this?
Hold
This
on.
is the whitest thing I've ever heard you guys
He's
say.
from the
This is
Midwest.
crazy.
Hold on.
He's
Hold
from
on.
the
Let's-
Midwest.
Let's
and church
rewind.
picnics.
Let's rewind to there are a few Americans in the show. Half of the cast is American.
Sure.
We are the
sure.
majority.
But
Sure.
to be fair,
What is happening?
I feel like you guys are from like vastly different areas of the US and are like
True.
completely different. Yeah, America's been like around for longer than like, for example, like Australia has, and you guys as states are far more separated like culturally than we are.
I mean,
It's just the culture you guys have. You're a continent with little mini countries.
yeah, we're like a bunch of countries shoved into a coat.
Yeah.
This
Very
is a
bad
quick side note,
code.
but Chelsea in the
Awful
chat,
code.
I don't like jelly. Don't lump me
Jelly
with
and
this
ice
jelly and
cream.
ice cream
Like
shit.
jelly
and ice
I
cream?
don't like
Can
jelly.
we have jelly and ice cream?
Weird.
Is
It's
that
a
Chitty Chitty
weird
Bang Bang
texture.
reference?
The only time I'll have jelly is if it's alcoholic and in like a little shot and I go,
Mm.
you know, and just,
Gods.
that's the only time.
Did you guys remember the show Danny's House?
Yes. Oh my
No.
god.
Yeah, we got that in Australia, and I just remember her favorite food was jelly and ice cream.
Oh
It was a
my
British because we
God.
got a lot of
Dude,
British,
you
we got a lot
should
of
look
British,
childhood memory
American,
and
and
feel
Canadian shows.
Oh,
Yeah.
Tracy Beaker!
Yeah.
Danny!
Yep.
I went to a barn dance with her.
Period.
Huh.
My childhood
Well,
hero.
She was just there. I wasn't with her.
I
She
don't
was
have
there.
knowledge. I don't have knowledge of children's British shows, but I do have a knowledge of British sitcoms from growing up watching the BBC as from like 7 p.m. to 10 p.m.
Real.
Are
Do
you
you-
being served?
Do you guys know?
Incredible.
I can't remember if someone else like was saying this. Did you guys know like the fairies? Like one of them was called like Rhapsody. No, I was talking to someone else. Don't worry. But Americans sometimes know that. It's weird. Anyways, next question's from Matt. Those ones were all from Oz. Shout out, love you. These ones are from Mets. And these few questions were asked early on in the campaign, but may have changed due to what unfolded. So first is one from Rustful Cub. What does your character's happy ending look like?
I didn't listen to a word you just said.
Oh.
Something about bad barbecues. That's what happens. Y'all are nasty.
I'm a potluck girly, goddammit.
I ate a McGriddle for you.
Look, how do I return the favor? What British food do I have to eat
Jenny's
to
an
Oh
return
my
the
god.
favor?
Oh my god.
Really
Black
nice.
pudding.
Why is it black?
Don't look up what's. Why are you gonna be black?
Wait.
Larry.
What's up with that, Ree?
Wow. Wow.
That-
Wow.
And here's the thing, that is always the funniest joke. My sister will say anything to me, I go, is it because I'm gay? And she's like, you need to shut up. And it's
What
funny
if it is?
every
What
time.
if it is? What if it is because you're gay?
What if it is? Huh?
Yeah, that's the best way to respond to it. You go, yeah. Anyways.
It's illegal. Why is black pudding illegal to import to the U.S.? What the?
Is it illegal?
Yes.
It might
Black
be
pudding, a
illegal.
delicacy from the UK.
British
This
Kinder
dish
Egg.
contains sheep lungs.
Yeah.
And blood.
pig's blood.
But it's good. It's good. It tastes good.
I'm sorry, and you were judging our barbecues?
Yes.
Wait,
This
wait.
is
Follow-up question. Do you guys have your meat rare or medium rare ever? Or are you well done psychopaths?
I'm a well done psychopath.
It depends on
Fuck
the
you
meat. It
guys.
depends on where I'm
Can you get
going.
out?
rare.
Basically,
I have
if
it,
you like rare or medium rare meat, you'll like black pudding. It's very similar.
Oh.
Well, more so,
I have mine
it's not similar in taste.
singed on
It's
the
similar in thinking about how it is. Like if you can justify it, because it's the same. Because when you eat, anyways, it's more for justification.
When you
in your brain.
when you have you
What?
ever
It's
when
not-
you
it's-
could do
when-
anything.
It's called black pudding, but it's not a pudding in the way that you guys think of puddings.
It's like a big sausage.
The idea of
Yeah.
pudding but meat is
Yeah.
fucking with
But
me so hard. I hate
because
that.
we don't
Yeah.
pudding over here is not the same as yours
No, it's
at
not.
all anyway, because we have like
No.
a steak and kidney pudding. We have like
Mhm.
it's pudding is
It's like how you can have sweet and savory
format.
pies.
It's like
Alright.
a format. Like it's a format. It's not like a dessert
I hope there's
itself.
pudding. Anyways, what does your character's happy ending look like, motherfuckers?
Alive?
Damn. I mean, that's the goal.
Honestly, like moving back home with her mum.
I think your answer has stayed the same.
Hmm.
You're still
Better question: has
Mom.
anyone's changed?
Yeah, I had to remove a person from mine.
Oh.
No, they did.
Oh.
I didn't say who.
It
I
hurts
didn't,
every time.
I didn't say who. I'm just saying.
We know.
Yeah.
You're not subtle. We know.
Theo has
I'm
ripped
not
the
subtle.
page
You
out
wanna
of his
go there?
journal.
I think Jezebel's might have changed a bit. I can't remember. I think I had her like going back home as well, but I think just her being able to go somewhere, get to a point that like is not familiar and doesn't have like memories attached to. I think she'd go to America. I think she'd go to America and possibly start a cult. I think that's where she's at. I think she'd just like try and get some homies in a commune.
She'd be successful.
Yes.
Just her and a bunch of lesbians just gardening.
Honestly,
Yeah.
black pudding actually looks kind of good. I'm not gonna lie.
All right.
No,
time to
not
Google
you,
black
Nikki,
pudding.
No, it's no. Right. I've actually
I'm
got
looking
some
at
downstairs.
pictures.
I've got some downstairs.
So
like,
what I'm
like
hearing is
You're
gonna
that
mail it to
Ree-
me?
that Ree is bringing black pudding to the cookout. Is what I'm hearing.
Yeah, straight up, this does look good.
Basically-
I'm
That's
so
just
sorry,
me.
gang.
I'm just.
It's
I said this in the chat. I'm saying it again. I want Justin hung over because it's a huge part of it. I need Justin hung over in the morning having a full English. That's what I
not
need.
not even a full English. What you need to have is you need to have a greasy,
Yeah,
and that's
A
that's when you
glizzy?
go. Not a greasy.
it's a
So, like,
it's a
it's
full
when you
English,
go-
but
It's,
You got a little too
you go
excited.
you go to the local breakfast like cafe or something like
Uh-huh.
round the corner. It's a grease parlor basically, like it's all grease, but like they do like proper English breakfast, but it's it's greasy, it's good, it's nice. I mean, you guys are used to grease anyway,
yeah.
but
I am
it's just
so hungry.
Tell him.
Do you see this?
Tell him.
America, are you listening to this? Are
I
you listening to this slander?
had KFC in America. I had it in Texas.
Maddie,
Yeah.
And
I'm
like, I came
right
away
now.
from that, and I was like, I've washed my hands 5 times. It ain't
Okay.
coming off.
Hold on. KFC is the fucking exception because they're greasy no matter what you do, and that's
No,
the problem in
They're
America.
not
They're way
that
too
bad over
greasy.
here.
They're
Bruh.
too greasy.
Ree,
They're way too greasy in
you
America.
need to let me cook for you. It's fine. I'll make something for you. It'll be
I'm
good.
sorry,
It'll be great.
guys. I couldn't hear you
I'll
over
just
the
say
watered
one
down milk. Anyways, let's move on.
Wow. Okay.
What the
Red
fuck
dye
just
number
happened?
what? Maddie, extended 2 party. Oh god. What has the play's funniest line they've said? My original answer for this was, which might still be the same, was the, ooh, this smells like the inside of a dead dog. Which is
So
still
good.
hilarious.
How do you know what the inside of a dead dog smells like?
Ooh, questions.
Oh, questions. Oh.
But it has now been upgraded to lightning.
Wow. Okay. Why was I the last one to know? I believed my dungeon master. Won't happen again.
You're
Don't
fantastic.
believe them.
It's so good because I will just randomly quote that to myself sometimes. I'll just be sat in total silence, then I'll just go to myself. Just
Listen.
break the silence.
I
And
can't
it's
even
because
remember this.
I
at the
try and
moment.
explain it to other people and they just don't find it funny. It's such a you had to be there moment. Like,
Yeah,
you
truly,
need so
it
much
truly is
context.
Such an inside joke at this point.
Anyone else have a funny moment that lives in
I-
their brain rent free?
One that lives in my brain anytime I think about Dungeons and Demigods is you have beautiful eyes.
I
That's a
was
good
about
one.
to say that bit that never left because I think that fucking creased me so hard. I was like, it's just got me. You have a beautiful
You
beautiful
have such
eye.
beautiful eye.
Beautiful eye. I think I was just dying trying when the accidental plan of turning the wine into water went through.
Oh
And because
my
there was gonna be a
God.
second part to like, oh, I'm gonna turn it, it's gonna be water, and then I'm gonna turn it into a nicer wine as a flex on Theo, and then I did, and then my dad was there.
My plan was ruined. I was crying. That was such a deep betrayal.
I do the moment of Kiki going, is that your daddy? And then Faye going, I think that's my dad. And also when he's like saying the prophecy and you just hear like Jezebel in the back going, this is my worst nightmare.
This is my worst nightmare. Oh
We
my
need to
god.
leave. Polo, suck my balls.
There was also like, this was before we even actually started. I think we weren't even streaming. This was off stream, but like we have like a quotes channel, and like I just went into it to check, and Faye just started us off so well. Just like, I can't wait to be unsettling in German, and it murked me. We hadn't even started playing, and I was gone.
Yeah, is there like a quotes chat in the main? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Jezebel has so many quotes in all.
Yeah,
of
I'm
them.
happy.
Lyle
It's
said
so
you
good.
Lyle said you absolute troglodyte to Chiron, by the way. Completely unprompted. And you can see me just be so taken aback. I'm trying to like
Yes, in Greek.
I didn't touch your sticky bow. And do you want me to describe how you kill your friends, or do you want to kill your friends? And you going, I think I can manage it. Yeah, I think.
Damn.
Another great Fey one from the quotes chat. Your Honor, shut up.
Your Honor, shut up. I love that whole bit with my whole heart.
Your Honor, no.
with Miraz before he was Dionysus, you look familiar. And they're going, no, thank you. Anyways. Oh my god. So how is your relationship with your spiritual sperm donor? That was a Theo classic. That was a good one.
I said that?
You said that.
Yes.
Yeah.
When did I say that?
Like early
first
episodes.
session. Yeah.
First or second
what
session.
was
You
the
said it to
context?
Monique.
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah.
Oh,
We're all like,
wait.
don't call it that.
Because I think
Am I wrong?
I think it's when you guys knew that you were gonna go find Hephaestus, and no one had like asked about like Monique's relationship to him. So you were like,
Oh,
"What's your
that was
relationship
it.
like
Yeah,
with your
yeah,
spiritual
yeah.
sperm donor?" Anyways,
Oh, I still love the moment. Start the car.
he should
Start
be
the car.
watching Caillou right now. So good.
I forgot
What was the
thing
context
of like.
of that?
I'm not sure.
No, it was Quinn. It was about Quinn, where you were like,
yeah, I was gonna say it was
"This
about Quinn.
child
100%.
knows how to make a bomb. He should be watching Caillou right now."
I forgot the thing of like, oh, people say this about like, well, the rest of the camp also says I'm a lascivious, reckless rascal, and they're only partly correct about some of those things. Which parts are they not correct on? Well, if I started to correct people, they'd find new ways to insult me, and that's, I mean, they just need to find their own motivation. I'm not going to do it for them.
And that was not an ulterior motive. That was just unfortunate. All right. Party. Which god/goddesses do the PCs fear the most? Has this changed for anyone?
No, I'm
I don't
Zeus
think
for
so.
sure.
I don't think Theo's afraid of any gods.
Dear God.
Oh no, dude.
No,
Time to
I mean-
fix that.
not like in a fear like, oh, they could like hurt me in any moment. Maybe Zeus, because I think there's that constant like, oh, is he gonna smite me for not finishing the job? Is he gonna like lightning strike me at any time? Maybe Zeus, maybe Aphrodite, but that's about it.
I think Aphrodite.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's just Mon's just Zeus because she can't like Aphrodite. She can understand. She's like, I understand your motives. I understand. Like I can comprehend that. Zeus.
A man.
Zeus, she doesn't understand. She's like, you're like literally titled as the father of gods, and yet you fucking suck. I don't understand you. I don't understand your motives. I don't understand your punishments. I don't understand your gifts. I don't understand it. You terrify me because you make decisions and you don't care for the consequences.
I have found Zeus in this campaign to be so interesting because I think a lot of figures have haunted the narrative, but none of them have haunted the narrative as much as Zeus has. Simply because, and Cersei did point this out to Kiki before, and I think it has been something that's been always in the back of my mind of like, everything you guys think you know about Zeus has been completely like assumed. You guys have never talked to him, never met him, and know nothing about him. He genuinely has just been in the back, and you know nothing. To be fair, you've heard him talk once, and that was in the prophecy dream.
That was enough.
Yeah.
Do you
He
remember
can
what
shut
he
the fuck up
said?
now. Yeah, he was trying to talk down his son. He was
Yeah.
like, hey, like don't do that. But he was being really nice about it actually.
Interesting.
Anyway, fuck that guy. I don't like
This
him.
is when
Being
Zeus shows up and we all
condescending.
start freaking out, and he's just the sweetest little guy.
He just
Yeah.
looks like this.
Can you imagine?
I feel like because Mila before was like any god,
you know?
she'd be scared of like literally any god if they showed their presence. But like
Yeah.
end of campaign Mila, I don't think she fears a god anymore. I just don't
Oh,
think
no.
that she feels that kind of regret for it. That might change. I'll figure that out. But right now, I don't think she fears them. Like, oh.
Technically, Echidna isn't a god. She is a monster. She's actually a demigod.
Yeah.
Typhon is a god. A lot of people think he's a giant. He's not. He's a god.
He's not.
He's not an Olympian, but he's a god. He's a god in like the way that the family tree works.
He's an old god.
Yeah.
No,
Oh, he's not that old.
Definitely.
He's younger than Zeus.
Yeah. Definitely.
He's a middle-aged guy.
Typhon for Ash, but then also still Poseidon as well, just because of what he represents. Yeah.
Maddie, are there any dark secrets you can tell us?
I think you do have one because the how we dodged a whole ass cannon of pissing off Poseidon. If we had killed the Cyclops, we would have been fucked.
Yeah.
By the way, that was a whole thing.
We really did not learn from history with that one.
No, we did because we didn't kill him.
Yeah, but you did.
Awfully close.
You didn't not kill the Cyclops because of that story. You didn't kill the Cyclops
exactly.
because he had a goat named Barnaby.
We realized afterwards. We
He
went,
didn't
oh
have
yeah,
a
that would have been
reason.
bad, huh?
Yeah,
He was just chilling.
Yeah, you rapped, and I went, good thing you guys didn't kill the Cyclops. I heard that doesn't work out well for people. And you guys went, Odysseus. Lol. Well, to be fair, it's a lot of people, especially if they've only read Percy Jackson, assume that was the moment when Poseidon hated Odysseus. That added to the pile. They first started hating him because he threw a baby off of a balcony, but Rick Riordan didn't really think that would be great to put in a kid's book.
Hey, Theo almost kind of did that.
Oh my
Theo
god!
basically did that.
Oh, I didn't kill the Cyclops.
Oh my
What did I
god.
kill? What did I
I'm
almost
baby of a
say?
cliff.
I'm so
Oh.
obsessed with like so many of the myth like aligned like history repeating itself things that happen. That was so unintentional, but you're so fucking right.
Yeah. You know what? Fuck it. Turning
But I
tables.
didn't
Maddie,
kill
question for you. What myths do we remind you of as characters?
Well, the one that I have spoken about before was that you guys then figured out because Pan told you was that Rowan is a direct reflection of Zeus and his entire upbringing, which I was trying to work out where Rowan would have gone, and then I remembered that myth and I was like, fuck yes, this is so good. I definitely definitely that now. I mean, probably the closest you guys have been at the moment would be Heracles, with the like being really passed around, having to do all of these different quests with no real direction of where to go, with like kind of your only the only way you understand, or more so are told to complete things, is to destroy them, is to kill them. But yeah, I think I would be very interested to see if any of you ever had a conversation with one of the Greek heroes and kind of like how that would go down.
Well, hey, we met Achilles.
Well, yeah, we certainly did.
Yeah,
Met
it'd be
is a
funny
strong
if you guys show up to Elysium. Achilles would straight up be like, I feel like I know you guys. Did we meet?
Yeah, you tried to kill me, and it really hurt.
Funny story about that.
This is an NPC, but I think I'll think of something way better for you guys after this finishes, by the way, but I'll put it in chat, don't worry. Is that my most favorite conversation to see, and this will never happen in canon, but just like would be Odysseus talking to Shannon, because it would just be Odysseus giving the word of warning of being like, I was exactly like you, we are very, very similar, and you are making the exact same mistakes that I did. And like, by the way, I had built Odysseus, and it was played as a character in another thing that I did, and Shannon is the exact same class build as Odysseus, which is very fun, which is a mastermind rogue and a battle master fighter. Very fun. But yeah, it would be Odysseus just being like, yeah, Athena expects absolute perfection for you, but not true perfection, because then you're a threat. You always have to dance that line, which would be very interesting. But yeah, I think it's more so that I will weave myth references throughout as kind of, it's the classic thing of A, history repeating itself, and B, how mythology is just lessons and words of warning, and how, yeah, the whole way through it, which I think is really fun. Especially, it's so interesting if you look back on all of the quotes for each session. Sometimes I choose them because I know they're going to come to fruition, and sometimes they just do, because it's the thing of, you guys are just Greek heroes because you're acting the same way that all Greek heroes do, and that's why all of these sections and quotes from these stories about Greek heroes will match you every single time. Yes, Faye.
I'm of that mind that if I had to like be like, oh, these characters would be in this same thing, Theo and Mila are Orpheus and Eurydice coded.
And listen, and
Really?
and
Which one is
meaning
which
of
though?
violence.
and Eros went,
That's the beautiful.
yeah, and Eros went, yeah, I can see that too, because
I'll fucking cry.
I think this is a metaphor. Mila going to the dark side is her retreating into the underworld, and without the other knowing.
But also it could be the other way around, because Mila wants to look back at Theo.
I think it's more, I think it's more that Theo loves Mila so much, but maybe won't trust her to be good again. And maybe that's his connection to Orpheus, of like him looking back, is that maybe he will never believe that she could be fully redeemed and doesn't trust her.
I also think Monique is Atlas coded.
Oh yeah.
Your Honor, my feelings are hurt.
Cry about it. Cry about it. Let it out.
I will.
I don't know what entails, like when Mila and Ash went off to join the dark side. I don't know what that entails. You know what I mean? If they have
Find
to kill
out on the
people,
22nd of August.
Yeah.
Find out.
it's gonna be kind of fucking tough to come back and like, oh yeah, Ash and Mila had to kill people for the dark side. You
Did
know?
we?
Well,
Like,
we
no,
have-
I'm asking, like,
hold on.
is
You
that
don't
what happened?
know.
We'll kill
You're jumping
gods.
to a big conclusion there.
When Theo, like for like the past like how many years have been fighting off the killer allegations. You know, so it's hard. Like Theo would never raise his sword against another demigod. Ever. They would have to like
Hey,
be really fucking
Echidna
evil, you know?
has never...
I mean, I'm sorry, Kaya existed, and you
Yeah.
raised your sword at her.
Did I? I didn't get a
Yes.
chance to.
You were talking about killing Kaya though.
Listen,
Yeah.
Like the
that
entire
was
time.
that was projection.
Yeah.
'Cause- yeah.
I'm just saying,
Your Honor,
Both-
character bleed?
both Echidna and Typhon and the gods have both asked demigods to kill people. They've both
Yeah.
done it.
Just if
Yeah.
they go...
Wait a minute. Is there a possibility that note wasn't from Zeus?
Probably
I don't
not,
know,
'cause
I'm
it
not a
was delivered by
scientist.
Hermes.
Motherfucker.
Oh, fuck off.
Maddie, I swear to fucking
Anyways,
God.
the
swear
question
to
was,
God.
are there any
Question.
dark secrets you can tell us?
That.
Probably... I'm trying to think of like things that just like kind of passed you by and never ended up being a thing. It was like, for the people that have played Baldur's Gate 3, I'm going to use this as a metaphor. If you save Arabella in the druid camp, her parents give you a locket of dancing lights and then they die in the shadow plane. But if you let Arabella die, they still have the locket and they live. So that's kind of sometimes how I treat campaigns of the, you guys can't do anything. It's not consequences. I'm not punishing you. It's simply like, you guys prioritize different things, and things, the dominoes fall how they fall, and
Yeah.
you guys ended up having, apart from like 2 of the characters leaving, in general, you guys did extremely well of hitting basically everything. You achieved nearly everything. The one thing that you missed was the demigods leaving, was that happening,
Yeah.
because there were a couple of like small things where it could have been prevented, but because you guys focused on other things, that meant that different things went really well, and that's the thing that was like left behind. Like, you guys were always focusing on the quest and completing the quest, and that was your number one priority, so you did it, and you had a lot of backing and power to be able to complete it. But if you had maybe wasted like some of the gods' time doing other things, then maybe that wouldn't have gone as well for you. So Sasha turning to the dark side had a possibility to not happen, but then again, where it could have happened was maybe like when you guys were like talking with Ares and Eros and Aphrodite, but you guys were focused on getting the potions and you managed to get a really powerful weapon out of it. Maybe that wouldn't have happened if you spent time like riling up Sasha's dad and having a whole conversation with that, which was a possibility, but then you did the other thing. Yeah. So there
I think
was...
like I distinctly, like at that point, I remember that, and then I distinctly remember making a comment, and as soon as he like questioned it, I was like,
Yeah, I had a whole like possible thing that would have revealed a little bit, but it just, instead you guys got a really cool sword. But yeah, it's very interesting, but it's fun. Okay. Party. Which moment/scene from the campaign do you think was the most fun or emotionally devastating to visualize? And has your answer changed?
I still have to chuckle at like Jezebel making an offering at the Temple of Ares and getting it accepted, because it's like, what the hell is this, you little freak?
You're a little freak in nature.
I will
You
say,
little freak.
it was, I think that got his attention, but he also knew you guys to be the one that saw his brother die. So he was also just like, yeah, you guys actually... Yeah, that's interesting. That was, because I didn't expect that to happen, and that whole episode was nearly completely improvised. Was that the same session where we had the conversation with Monique and Hephaestus in the dream? Yeah, maybe no, because maybe I can't remember. Anyways,
No,
they all
because
went
Hephaestus
together.
was dead. So I think that was the same
Yeah, I think it was.
I don't know. I'm not a
Yeah,
scientist.
that was probably. I feel really bad because Justin wasn't there. It wasn't for that reason, but I always find fully improvised sessions end up being my favorite, just because it's you feel prouder of them because you're just like, wow, we didn't know that was gonna happen. But
like, wow,
yeah,
we made something out of nothing.
It was really fun to like, kind of, where you're used to Ares being like either really intense or kind of not that serious, kind of goofy character. And he was in I was just like, yeah, you can tell that he's mourning, and you guys had the realization of, oh yeah, no, his brother is dead.
That was nice though, because I think we had like a huge, at least I think I had a huge suspicion of Ares, and so it was nice to have a thing of like, no, it's not.
Yep. Yeah, because you guys thought that Ares could have been possibly behind it all. Oh, yeah. Another thing, sorry, this isn't like a reference to myth, this is a reference to Percy Jackson. He put the sword in someone's backpack, like he put the lightning bolt.
I got that. Yeah. I got that.
I went when I did that. Anyone else? Devastating moments.
Devastating? Oh,
that were cool to visualize.
I have a couple. I mean, I love when Theo got back from Disneyland. That whole car conversation that involved everyone was pretty good. RP from everyone that was involved. I thought that was like, dang. That was like everyone's on a 10 in this conversation. Between like Monique's insult, Ash, then afterwards talking to or catching Theo trying to make the offering and just calling Hermes a dick. Or saying fuck you to Hermes. I thought that was great. That whole like thing was really good. Or with Rowan coming back, man. Woo,
Apollo did
everything-
an incredible job of like
Truly.
so good.
fucking
All of our guests
dope.
were very wonderful.
Oh yeah,
Amazing job.
yeah. They blew me away, all of them. Oh my, because they were like the most yes and motherfuckers ever. Because with all of them, I offered them like a choice of being like, we can work together, we can do something completely new, or possibly you could play someone from someone's backstory. It will be like really interesting and emotionally, it would really make them like emotionally invested in you. But it does mean some of the character creation process is taken away from you. So you do whatever, and all of them were like, angst. I was like, yay. Of course.
Hey, angst.
Anyone else shout out before we move on?
Someone in the chat mentioned it, but it's like, because funny like devastating moments, of course, like I think it's very easy for me to be like, yeah, my conversation with my dad, I think that's
Yeah,
like very
that's one of my favorite moments from the campaign.
yeah.
Period.
That one, and the conversation she had with Ash when she was driving the car and it was nighttime and it was very peaceful, and she got to have that moment of like, where I'm like, yeah, that What Was I Made For by Billie Eilish is playing in the background. You know, like that was very nice. But I very much liked being sent back up by Pan. I love that you yes and me. You let me to just go back, and I was like, yeah, thank you. I appreciate that Mon pointed straight to a god and was like, you didn't ask. I want to go back up. I don't like it down here. And he went, oh, yeah, sure, I guess. There you go.
That is
Fair
just
enough.
spice up your life in
and
the
then-
van.
I don't
And then
even
I
think he
looked at-
said anything to you. I think he just
he
shunted you back up
He-
there.
He literally just like, you said, like he turned and looked and just went, and then she was just up, she's gone. And I was like, yeah, fuck yeah, I love that.
It's so
And then
good.
all I think in my head for like visualizing that scene is just like dancing with myself, like a dance. You know, like Dancy's like
It
Breakfast Club
keeps
sort of vibes,
flash
right?
cutting back to like Monique listening to different
She's
songs
just having
in the
her
RV.
she is a single mother, and all of her kids are at the childcare. Like
Yeah.
they are got like she
gets to
she's
rest.
vibing. Yeah, she's just actually
She
getting.
has a glass of wine.
Sitting in the RV, wine in one hand, book in the other.
Days of Our Lives playing on the TV.
Yep. Yep.
living her best life. But yeah, like I love that. That
Murder,
vibe.
She Wrote.
Yeah.
What? Oh, yep. Go ahead.
For me, definitely some of the points that have already been hit on. Some of those really really good moments. But I think also specifically for me, I think the whole end of episode 3 just left. I think all of us just absolutely just
I was gonna bring it up,
devastated.
yeah.
That was just like.
Which one was that? Is that when
That's
Where
what
Kaya
that's
kills
That's when
Nessus.
Kaya fucking yeah.
Because you can see it happening
whole
in the TV
thing.
show of the like heavy breathing, and then it's
Yeah.
the classic thing of then the credits roll with no music and you just still hear the breathing. You
Yep.
all can picture it. You know exactly what the fuck
No,
I'm talking about.
100%. 100%. Yeah.
That whole episode was good. Oh, okay, are we talking about funny moments too?
Yeah.
I remember
Funny moments.
the whole McGriddle conversation was really funny. I fucking loved it. But I also love like Theo pulling Ash aside and be like, "So, how old's your sister?"
You fucking. That was good. That was so good.
And of course,
so funny.
Jezebel looking Theo directly in the eye going, I could go for pasta.
Oh my
So
gosh! What a
want some
great
pasta.
fucking moment.
So good.
Knowing Ash doesn't get it, but Jezebel does.
Absolutely.
Later on as well, when Ash did clock onto it, just I can't remember what it was that that Theo said to Mila, but he said something, and just the two of us just looked at each other like, it's happening. Oh. It was just to trick me.
It was pretty obvious.
Yeah. I think the one moment from like the first session that still makes me chuckle because I sent it to a lot of my friends was when Sasha was teaching the kids and just went, point it, okay? It lights a cigarette. All right, go ahead. And then everyone losing it and be
Did not
like,
care.
what the fuck? Picture it is the person you hate the very most and you want to kill it. Okay, keep going. You said you were having a sex dream? Would your character still give up their life in order to save the group at large, or would they reserve that choice for a particular character? Who and why? I think some answers may have changed.
Ooh.
Maybe.
Mila is still very much ride or die for this group. She may not be riding with the group currently, but if any of them were in danger and she could stop it, she's jumping in that bullet.
Yep. Ash is the
Interesting.
exact same way.
One could say the bullet is the gods. Who knows?
Yeah.
No, Milo does give the vibes of like, I'm doing this for you. You just don't
Oh,
get it
100%.
yet. You're still under
100%.
their thumb.
Yeah.
What did I say? I think I said one person last time.
I think
but
you
by
said
the
Milo.
end, yeah. But now that Theo has a relationship with everyone in the group, I think Theo had like a little moment or a scene with everyone in the group that was really good. I think he would. He totally would die for these people now.
Yeah.
I think Jezebel would do it, but she'd gotta have a fun one-liner before going out, or like some stupid Marvel kind of
Yeah.
one-liner before she went out.
I think Monique. I mean, it very clearly Monique would. Her whole thing is that she's there to try and help and protect and such. But I don't think she'd be happy about it.
Damn.
She would go like, oh. Also,
She'd be like, I fucking knew one of you was going to get me killed. I fucking knew it.
Stop fucking
Do you
dying,
think-
Jesus.
do you think there's like a part of Monique that is kind of like the I should have been dead at 14, the rest of this is just I'm on borrowed time?
Oh my god.
Hey guys, welcome to Dungeons and Demigods.
You and I have you made that point, I think, back when we were discussing, and she was like, "Oh, so she's got survivor's guilt," and I was like, "Okay, sure, all right, fine."
That was literally how Faye and I started talking about that. As I was in your DMs going, "What do you think Jezebel thinks about XYZ?" And you sent me a voicemail back going, "A midnight treat." So fun. I think I screen recorded just that bit to send my friends. I'm gonna find it.
Yeah. It was I also think that for Jezebel, because part of the initial fear I had in the back of my mind for her was that she just desperately doesn't want to be a pawn and doesn't want to die by the gods needing her for a quest, wanting to die. She doesn't want to die for the gods. So I think in those final moments as well, it would be on repeat in her head of it's for my friends. It's for my friends.
Pause.
It's for my family.
Oh, a little midnight treat. Holy shit.
I was like, what is that?
I was so confused, and then I heard it.
I need that to just be. I need that as.
Can we
A
make that a
react
soundboard in
sound.
Discord?
I was gonna say that.
That would be good.
That or like a donation sound, because that plays every time there's a
midnight
donation.
treat.
Oh, a
Holy
little
shit.
Holy shit.
Can we just make various Jezebel or Faye sayings into audio quotes for alerts and shit?
Sure.
Where
I
somebody
need-
follows it goes, "You have beautiful eye."
Beautiful eye.
I need. I need. Yeah, I could go for pasta right now. As it still sounds.
Go for pasta right now.
Gets bits. Yeah, I could go for pasta right now.
And just her in the first episode going, "Good morning," and everyone losing their
morning.
mind. Okay. What is the one thing your character has done this campaign that you, as a player, think they may resent or regret later down the road? Being Kiki?
All right. Anyways,
I don't know what you're
it was
talking
nice-
about.
Sorry, I actually have to leave now.
You know what? I am gonna regret not having that one specific dish in Italy that Monique found and I didn't.
Arancini, baby.
Arancini balls. They go crazy.
Damn it.
God, they look so good. I want.
Any regrets?
God damn it.
Uh,
None.
Are you sure about that?
I don't know if I have any regrets. Maybe
have-
maybe pulling a dagger on Ash that one time. It seems like a little bit of an overreaction in hindsight.
I can't even remember why you did that now.
No, like Faye was trying to mind read
yeah,
me.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That was
Oh
it.
yeah.
And then Ash was like, maybe this isn't a good idea. And I was like, shut the fuck up.
Okay.
Um,
I was trying to.
Because another thing could be that they may resent, like, it also could be, like, if any of the other party members have, like, did something in the past that you think that they'll hang on to for a while.
Mets, that was disgusting. How dare you, first of all? Met says
Wait, what?
Theo liking Milo.
Oh.
He wouldn't regret it. Here's the thing. Let me
Would he resent
let me
it?
set the record straight.
No, said it gay.
Theo is devastated that Milo left, but he's not going to be angry that she left.
I left a note.
He hasn't read it yet, canonically.
Canonically.
Wouldn't it be interesting for a child of Hermes to not get a note?
Shut the fuck up. Do not
Ooh.
give the DM. Do not give the DM ideas.
Wouldn't that be fucking crazy, Maddie?
I don't know.
I think here's the thing. I think
Yikes.
Theo is reading it as like we've been planting the seeds of like, could this happen all campaign? And the answer was no. And so I guess that's the answer. You know what I mean? Like that's not like a
No,
I'm mad at you
I
thing.
fully believe in
It's
enemies to
more like-
lovers. I was in a group chat with these two, just sending them lyrics from Francesca, and
We're all sending lyrics
Milo-
in that fucking chat.
The Milo chat was on fire when
The
that was
Milo
happening.
playlist goes from being like dramatically bound in the same situation to I love you to oh fuck shit, god damn it.
just
Not gonna
real
lie,
quick,
it's a good fucking playlist. Release that
Good fucking
playlist.
playlist.
It's so good.
I need to please point out the fact that Francesca's lyrics fit eerily well. I need to find the fucking. Shut up, Hosier. I need to read.
Oh damn.
Whoa.
You can't tell that to Irish Jesus. I can't English.
Now that it's done, there's not one thing that I would change. My life was a storm since I was born. How could I fear any hurricane?
It's like some good poetry. It was deep.
And if I could hold you for a minute, darling, I would do it again.
Yep.
It's crazy how they're also Icarus and the sun coded.
Oh yeah. Oh, you know, Hosier
Oh.
loves Icarus and he loves Dante's Inferno.
It's just
Oh.
the answer was no. And so now that Theo has his answer,
Although
he's gotta make
actually,
it on his own.
maybe Ash is more Icarus coded with trying
Oh, I
to
think
like,
so.
please both
Yeah.
worlds.
Oh my god.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
In
No,
that
that's
one-
it. That is.
In that one after show where it was just B and I for like half of it, and we were talking about myth things, and I was just like, oh, remember how Kaya was literally the Trojan horse, and you brought the Trojan horse into your war, and she killed all of your soldiers?
That's
Damn.
that's so funny because that is
Yeah.
Monique's one point of regret and resentment.
Was
No.
brilliant.
Trusting Kaya?
Was trusting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Putting her trust in people before she knew them, and it's not Kaya that she feels resentment for.
Is it Ash?
She likes the party now. She wished she'd known what they were like before she trusted them.
So she could have
That's-
preempted
Yeah.
their downfalls, which she now understands and can move around.
Yeah.
But before she didn't know.
Yeah. Biggest moment of regret for Ash is a very painful one to look back on, especially with the path they're currently on and the way they're still trying to fix it, because it is in a different way now. Is their naivety towards trusting Kaya again after literally just completely ignoring everything that happened the last time they met and just going, no, things will be different now, and not even stopping to think really.
But it was so
yeah.
character of them.
I just let the Trojan horse in. I just
Yeah,
went,
you did.
Great. didn't even question it for more than I did. To be fair, I did try an insight a little bit, but it didn't go well. But outside of that, I let it go.
Theo clocked Kaya from the beginning. I just put that on the record. Just
Yeah,
saying.
you
Just saying.
did.
And
did.
No,
I
I know.
That's
and
why you got that
that's
reaction.
That's Ash's greatest regret because it was not only their own naivety towards it. It was also the effect it had because Ash went, no, you can trust this stranger because they're my sibling and I trust them, and that fucked us.
I think that, like, I don't know if Mila necessarily regrets it now, but she did regret in the moment. I think now it's kind of looking back, it's like this was fated to happen. Like, this was always going to happen, the prophecy and all.
The prophecy of it
think-
all.
The prophecy. I think Mila regrets not pushing a warning harder on Kaya because she didn't have a good feeling about Kaya and thought she was just being jealous. But she didn't try to tell people, hey, I don't trust the person who burned down a cabin.
I have one.
But it was so character of it to happen, though.
It was so good.
It's so cunty. Anyway.
I think Theo really regrets not giving Monique more time with her dad. Cause like he would want more than anything in the world, and in that moment he realized the prophecy was happening. He's like, "Oh shit, we gotta go," and just over bullshit, instead of giving her more time. I think Theo would really regret that, which is why he canonically left that next episode.
I think Jezebel, like, just one of the things in like the first episode of like speaking before out of anger and irritation at Shannon and therefore like hurting because it's like, well, I wouldn't want advice from someone whose quest mate died. Like,
in front of
don't
Monique
give me advice
and Theo.
Yeah, I don't know you guys, and I'm pissed off at her. And then like that regret was very much there. But I also think Jezebel still kind of resents Monique. Because even though they talked, there really wasn't like listening that actually happened. Like, I don't think Jezebel really listened to Monique the way Monique wanted her to listen, and I don't think Monique listened the way Jezebel was hoping she'd listen. And it's, like, I think it's very much that they're work friends. That they're not quite friends. They're just kind of like...
I definitely saw it like you guys were just both of you were dodging around and you just needed to speak directly to each other, but both of you were just being weirdly polite. And it just meant that... Yeah.
Yeah, well, Mon, I think, like, in that moment of confrontation with her and Jezebel, she was like, you know what, she was infantilizing Jezebel in that moment.
Yeah.
She was going, I can't upset her. I have to be gentle with my words.
And towards, like, the end of that conversation, Jezebel, like, processed that and was like, then I can't talk. I can't... You're
100%.
You're like, it's like the diagram of like how to talk to short people.
Yeah.
And then
it's very much like that's like a really great dynamic for them to explore, the fact that Mon is constantly not even just underestimating the younger members of the group, but fully just like expecting nothing from them.
Yeah. And it was like that kind of it started to just like build with Jezebel as it went on, because it's like, all right, I died getting you to talk to your dad. That's where we started from. I'm not out here doing nothing. Don't, please.
No, and like that, it's not that she's out here doing nothing, because like she's actively spoken to Aries, she's actively done that. I think it's just like when it comes to like handling things and like going forward, like Mon, I think, has like constantly felt like such a driving force, like literally in the we need to go.
She's the literal driver.
Yeah, it's
like
true.
we need to go, and like that sort of thing. And I think she's very aware of how lost Jezebel could be, because Jezebel has made it clear that madness is a thing.
Yeah.
And I think because she's like, I'm just not going to expect anything from Jezebel, so anything she gives is like welcome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think what I find really interesting about Jezebel is she is easily, without the most misunderstood character in the
For
party.
sure.
And like I have said this so many times, where she has always been very, very similar to Scanlan Shortholt to me, and she's the Scanlan of this party,
Yeah.
which is that her coping mechanisms are often very hard to understand. She contributes a lot, but sometimes she is like severely
She doesn't
underestimated
really have a lot of tact necessarily
and
as
is
well.
like sometimes feels like she contributes but isn't like. And yeah, it's like the, if people have like seen season 2 of Legend of Vox Machina, of the like when Scanlan was the one who managed to defeat the Sphinx and through like the different means, and like no one believed that he was like capable of doing it because he can't take anything seriously, but it was like his connection to his emotions and thinking of things differently than everyone else, which is like was his greatest strength. And I see that massively in Jezebel. I just think she's severely underestimated and is, yeah.
And there's like a certain degree of like control that she likes, of like she likes it when she can control how people are underestimating her. But when people are actually seeing her and still underestimating her, that irritates her.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I had a character. A lot of you know about this character. I posted about him recently. The dumb wizard. When I wrote his like screenwriting line, which I do for all of my OCs, his what part of his, which I think is very Jezebel, is the they will make you hate them before you even dare to make a fair assumption. Of the like, I'm gonna make you not like me so that I think that you don't actually like me for who I truly am. I'm gonna get ahead of the curve here so that
It's literally that quote that I was like, I'm not going to correct you because you should have your own motivation.
Yeah. Anyways, are you satisfied with the current state of your character, or is there a certain goal for your character you have yet to achieve? This goal doesn't have to be positive or constructive, it can just be as simple as reaching a resolution.
I want to kill the gods.
I'm excited to see Jezebel get a little destructive.
Valid. That part.
Retweet.
I'm pretty satisfied. People don't think Theo's a killer anymore. I think that's a great outcome.
Well, we haven't even told anyone yet.
True.
Yeah, but people who
There's
need
at
to
least
know,
like
though.
6 people.
Yeah.
I'm definitely happy with the direction Ash is going in terms of like their naivety is starting to go, and that is when their true power comes out. Because they've definitely been holding back so far. Like they've definitely been kind of that insecurity in themselves and worrying about everything else. But now that like everything has worn them down, they're like, okay, shit needs to happen, and something gonna happen if I make it happen.
I don't know if I don't know what Ash is gonna do, but just predicting how I kind of see it is very similar to when you're an older teenager and you have been doing something your whole life, and at one point you decide, oh my god, I've been doing this, I'm not going to do this anymore, and then you go so far in the other direction and overcompensate, and then you learn the other lesson, and then you finally mature in the middle. I think this is Ash's phase of overcompensating, and it's going to like be really intense, and they'll be like, there's a middle ground here and I need to find it. Maybe, I don't know.
That is Ash is trying to find the middle ground right now and is trying to get over that naivety and just kind of find themselves. Like definitely that definitely came out with the conversation I had at the very end when I Iris messaged Kaya. That whole conversation, there was like it was very obvious from the way they were in the call versus outside of it. That was some like manipulation going on there, and it was like, I'm gonna play things up. Ash wouldn't have done that before. It was definitely playing things up. And okay, I have to
They
do this
learned
now. I
from
have to-
Jezebel.
Yeah.
They learned from the
Can't wait to
best.
see your Icarus art.
Is that the sun?
Oh. Anyone else?
I think Monique. I am satisfied with how she is, but I would like for her to soften again, and not mellow, but I'd like for her to kind of get to be a kid again for at least a little bit, like find something like feel like enough joy that she actually lets go of being in control, and not even just being in control, but like constantly being ready to fix a problem, constantly being ready to fix things. I think it'd be nice if she got to let go of that and just be creative again, but it's gonna be hard because we're in like the a good man goes to war vibes at the moment.
I think she would truly. There are a lot of things like to do with like how like she hadn't like forgiven herself and she hadn't like truly faced all of that, but I think Monique needs to get off the island. She's been there for so long, and she is one of the oldest people living there. There are people that are older than you. Francis is older than you. But most of the people that are older than you are people who come back for the summer to teach classes, but you live there maybe because you haven't let go.
She's so scared of going back to her family and them getting hurt. She's so scared of it. She's seen it happen to other demigods.
It happened to
She's seen it happen,
Sasha,
like-
and
Yeah.
you would have been there when that happened.
What happened to Sasha?
He used to go back to visit his stepmother every summer, but then a monster attack happened and her shop got trashed, and then he refused to go back anymore. Which it happens to a lot of demigods. Like, they go back and then they're just too worried about their parents and they stay. Anyways, anyone else?
I'm fairly satisfied with where the season left for Mila. I think that she went through a very kind of drastic character arc, but it was a wake-up call that she needed, to be honest. I think the only thing that like I regret on it is not taking an opportunity to try to like forgive Theo in the same way, like step aside and actually try to talk it out. But it also, I have to remind myself, this is in the span of like a day and a half.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's a very short time frame. But honestly, personally, I'm like, if I could go back, I would probably try to find a way to have that little forgiveness. And
Yeah, that's why I thought it was funny when everyone was like, oh, if you and Cersei were having these theories, why didn't you call us? And they're like, you guys have been gone for 3 days. There's one of
and you
Chiron.
don't have a phone, no notes, bed empty.
No, when
Gone.
Chiron was talking about the theories that Cersei had, Cersei told you all of those theories during the Iris message. She didn't come up with any new ones. No, yeah, she said she was the one that first told you that dreams are out of
Yeah, I
Zeus's
remember
jurisdiction and that
that
she thinks
part.
they're being sent as messages so that Zeus can't see, which was
I
like
remember that
her
part,
theory.
but I think there was some other things that Chiron mentioned that we didn't necessarily get. So,
Fair.
I don't know.
All right, if you could play another party member's character for a session, who would you pick and why?
Ooh.
Say the question again. My brain.
That's okay. If you could play another party member's character for a session, who would it be and why?
I feel like I would either go. My brain immediately says Monique because I want to see
Yeah.
what the fuck Monique's like homebrew skill set is, and I'm so curious about it. And also, I love artificers. But then my little chaos government brain says,
fuck around and play Jezebel.
I think I might want to fuck around and play Mila, because I think
Mm.
I think me as a person, I would want to press my luck.
No, by all
Yeah.
means. Body swap episode when?
Yeah,
Body
no,
swap
Oh
episode
my
when?
Ned
God.
said that. Wait, no, Chelsea said the party needs to have a Freaky Friday one shot.
Oh,
Can we do that?
God.
It'd be so
That'd be
funny.
fun. Halloween.
Oh.
Who
Yeah, it'd
is
be
taking Theo's
interesting.
Southern
Like
accent?
who would do it because I think it would be fun to play versus who would do it because they want to be like, I just want blank to do this, and I just want to see what would happen.
I just want to see Justin and Ree go to town playing each other's characters, French
Yes.
and Southern accent and all.
Really? I want to
Yeah.
wait. Before this ends, I need to hear Ree's southern accent. I just want to hear it.
A southern accent? I can do a southern accent. That's fine.
Oh, oui.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
no.
By all means, why don't you tell me your French accent and we'll compare, shall we?
Oui. French fry. Allez, blue France.
I can only do one version of the Southern accent, and it's not any of the ones I did in this campaign. I'll tell you that much for free. The only one I can do is the one I did for Patch, Kiki knows, which is like the low man one, which is kind of ironic. They're like, yeah, we went down and
just-
we shot some people. I don't really know what's going on, but and just
that's
going
just-
so fucking low.
You do that as Zeus's voice. How y'all doing?
Love it.
No, it's Poseidon. No, Poseidon's Australian. Get into it.
Ree sounded like a
Oh,
southern
he should
belle.
be.
It was very interesting. It was like a very
Nice.
southern belle.
I did played like back in the day, and she had to be southern for it, and I was like, okay, what am I doing? So I watched like a bunch of like old westerns and everything to
Yeah.
try and like get the voice down. So it ended up just being that. So then whenever I go southern, it's just that. Unless I try and imitate Lottie from like Prison of the Frog, where
Oh.
she's like, Travis, when a lady means never, she means not ever. And that sort of thing.
When I was
It's
doing
very
Tessa's
interesting.
voice,
Every
I was just doing
foreigner-
Imogen
go
Timo. I just pictured Laura Bailey doing Imogen, and that's what came
Yeah.
out.
Accurate.
Yeah,
So fast.
yeah,
Accurate.
that'll do it.
Everyone does a southern belle. It's very interesting. It's
Mm.
so interesting.
That's what we
I
need.
like to do redneck.
Yeah, I just kind of like
damn.
look around, kind of.
Dude, I keep on trying to get into campaigns where I can just do like crazy Southern accent, but they keep on just doing one session and done. Let me just be a little guy. I just want to break laws, but peacefully.
I'm a little guy. I got a gun.
I got a gun. You're gonna die taking it from me.
I've now realized where I get my southern accent from. Specifically Brad Pitt in Glorious Bastards, because
Oh my god.
when I was playing
necessity, I
in Kiki's one shot, that's the voice I was doing for that, and was Brad Pitt in, and also like Commander Up, but solely because I wanted to go like, we're gonna fight some extraterrestrials and just say words so fucking wrong. I'm the most Italian, you're the second most Italian, arrivederci.
Hurts
There are a
me.
couple of wrong things
So
about fighting in the
beautiful.
basement. Number one being, you're fighting in the basement. Excellent movie. It's like the only Tarantino movie
Inglourious
that I
Basterds
love.
is great.
It's
Yeah.
so good. Au revoir, Shoshana. It's a bingo. We're moving on. Let Jezebel say that at least once.
It's a bingo.
I don't think we got answers from about Freaky Friday from B and Justin. Did we?
Ash, 100%.
Really?
If Theo, if this is a Freaky Friday scenario and Ash and Theo switch places, Theo would break like full throttle on Ash's abilities, like
That would be so dangerous though.
Which is
exactly.
kind of
I
the
think-
opposite of how you're meant to use those. I'm pretty sure it's something about balance.
Yeah, yeah.
I do think if
That would
it's
scare
about,
me.
gosh, I would love to have Theo's quick little hands.
I love min-maxing Theo.
I-
Great decision.
I just love I see y'all is trying to like run as Justin as being like when the Flash tries to run for the first time and he just trips over himself because he's going too fast and just does somersaults. It's like, God damn, my reflexes. You just,
I would love for Monique to swap with Jezebel. Actually, I think there's something very
Just
fun
very-
about like how Monique's abilities are all controlled and all like organized and stuff and that sort of thing, and then going to Jezebel where it's just fucking chaos.
The
And she's like,
voices!
oh, the voices!
Would you
I just-
believe
I
I'm
just want that.
unmedicated?
I just want that to just to see
Get Jezebel riddle an arc.
the Jezebel smile on Monique's face. That would be so scary. They'd be like, "Oh, Monique's lost it. Oh no."
Alright.
I'm afraid.
Looks to the floor.
Her lighting her
I
whole body on fire.
touch you now.
Juggling.
Just
Well,
watch
Jezebel's,
us.
Jezebel's just lighting her whole self on fire, just like
Jezebel fucking running into the courtyard. I am the Burning Man. A bunch of bard satyrs dancing around her.
oh
Um,
ridiculous.
I would
Listen,
definitely
this
like
is
to
why
swap.
Mon's hair went white.
Mhm. I
sheer
would
thought
definitely
of
want to
someone else.
swap with
Right.
Monique as well. I think that'd be very cool. Even though I'm bad at playing artifices, I'd give it my best shot.
That'd be
Period.
fun to
Honestly.
do like we keep on switching bodies. That would be
Oh,
fun.
Yes.
Oh.
Like
Yeah.
Scooby-Doo!
Yes.
I'm like, so excited about yelling that.
Alright,
Yes,
guys, if you
Of
guys
course you
still
have to get
care,
excited
if
for
you
that,
guys
right?
still care at
So
Halloween, we'll do a Halloween one shot. We'll do Freaky Friday again.
Sublime.
Sublime.
Oh my
God.
gosh.
Alright, time check. How are we doing? I can make this the last
I-
question.
I'm dying.
Alright,
Oh,
last
no.
question.
I thought you were Ree. You've been lying this whole time.
Alright, what am I doing now?
No,
Okay.
if other people want to yap further with an audience, you can stay. We can just draw an end to the formalities if we need. Last
Right.
question, which I think is a good one to end off on. Any new headcanons or theories for season 2? You have to say them now so you can say, I fucking said that ahead of time. Claim them now.
I think
Theories.
Jezebel's gonna
The more loud, the
die.
better.
Oh.
I hope not.
That's not something I'm planning, but I do think that it's funny that if I go down in battle, that I could probably clip this and throw it in and be like, idiot!
Iconic.
I think. No, I'm not good at these on the spot. I have to be in the moment. I told you I don't theorize. I just come up with like things in the moment.
So come up with one
Just
in the
a
moment,
theory.
right now.
All right, Zeus is gonna help us get Hephaestus out of wherever he is. Zeus is gonna personally help us.
I'm
Ooh.
gonna write these down.
He gonna lend a hand.
Never stop
He gonna lend a
note-taking.
hand. Against
gonna
my will,
lend a
you guys are
hand.
gonna like canonically give him a southern accent, and then I'm just gonna have to roll with it.
I swear to God.
Even
I
though,
swear to
no,
God.
I've already given him a canonical voice because he's spoken to Hephaestus.
Yeah,
Nah, he's Zeus. He can have multiple voices.
exactly.
Oh, I can tell
He's
you
been
who
a
has
goose,
a
a
canonical
swan.
southern voice. Is the I forget his name, but the South Wind, the god of summer. He would have a southern accent because when Boreas, the wind in the north, has a Slavic Russian accent, and then the West Wind, the spring wind, has like an LA like really accent, and yeah, that's all is canon. Anyways,
Perfect.
theories.
Now I think I'm worried that Zeus didn't write that note, because if he did, and I didn't complete it, why didn't he smite me?
I mean, he didn't know until he played
Mm.
Rowan, I think.
Yeah.
His fan was
Exactly.
hiding him.
But would he want his own child dead, or was
Yeah.
it like Typhon?
I mean,
I
I don't
mean,
doubt it.
Are you
I
wouldn't
sure?
sure? Because he literally was so upset about his one daughter dying that he turned her into a tree.
Hey, that's
Not
Rick
in this
Riordan's
universe.
bullshit. All right, yeah.
Oh, well, are we not? Are we not? Okay. Well,
It's like a-
well,
it's
we
like
took
a-
some
it's-
inspirations.
It's
Gods have
because
favorites, and Rowan was Scottish, so maybe that was where the line
he
was
was
drawn.
Irish.
Oh.
He was Irish.
No,
Irish.
Irish.
Scottish.
No,
Irish.
Scottish is like this for Scotland forever.
All right, listen.
Francis is
I was
Alright,
going-
Scottish.
calm down.
I was
Francis is
going off-
Scottish.
No, here's the thing. I was going off of Maddie's original accent for Rowan,
I
which sounds
did
exactly like
Irish.
Francis. It sounds
It's
exactly
so
like
different.
Francis.
I'm gonna
No.
I'll
for
support you on
Lee.
this.
I'm
It's
gonna
Irish
make a clip of comparison. Also, I still think it was terrible. Apollo said that my Irish accent was pretty good. My ego went to 10 in that moment because Irish accents are very difficult to pull
So
off.
hard.
Yeah.
I can't
Yeah.
do an Irish accent without slipping into Scotland. I have to be like so focused
Exactly.
on Dairy Girls.
Yeah.
It takes so much out of me.
I hope Jaina never talks because Jaina, who went with the bad guys, canonically has a Northern Irish accent because I just started
That's
doing
so
it.
interesting.
I just started-
Jaina is her name?
Jaina,
Write
she
that
was
down.
on the
Write that down.
list.
I already
She's
have a
in the
different dog.
notes.
I know, I'm
Write
aware.
that down.
Write
You've
it
met
down.
her.
Irish voice. Irish
Write that
voice. Make
Oh,
her speak.
right,
Irish
right.
voice. Make her speak.
Yeah, she has
Yeah.
a Northern Irish accent because I think
Yep.
I had just
What
watched
do
Derry
you
Girls.
think of this, Jaina,
And I
specifically?
just had to make Jaina yell, and I just did Claire from Derek. I did Nicola Coughlan, which was just being like the, I didn't do anything. It was Sasha. It was all Sasha, which was really fun. It was Michelle. It was all Michelle.
Man,
It wasn't me.
Orla.
Orla.
That better not be what I'm thinking of. You better not have brought my diary to school.
I'm
Look at
doing
the
my book
stadia.
report on it.
Look at the stadia.
Look at the
So good.
stadia. I'm the wee lesbian. Sorry. Such a
I
good
think,
show.
I think we might go to some islands or some shit next season. Not Ayaya. Not Ayaya.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna
Yeah.
fight.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna fight Mila and Ash at some point.
I think
Why?
one of us might die in one of those encounters.
Uh-oh.
Ash
Um,
or Mila?
I'm not picking.
We'll see. My theory, based on what I know about what Ash is trying to achieve, I worry that the besties may not end up being besties by the end of this campaign.
As in Myla and Ash.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I
might-
worry, depending how things go, we'll
Mhm.
see.
Only time will
What are
tell.
the chances we get a
It would be very sad, but
a Kyra redemption next season?
oh what?
A Kyra.
Ash's sister, Kyra redemption.
Oh, that I want that desperately.
Ooh.
I wanted that
Actually,
since day
Kaya might
one.
die, actually.
Here's a theory.
but could
Kaya
potentially
and
would be-
Ash go out together.
Oh.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
That's just a
writing that
theory.
down.
A game,
game-
theory.
A game theory.
Dungeons and
All right, I
Demigods
want
theory.
it. I want at least one really wild, hyper-specific one.
Zeus.
Go ahead.
Theo in a wedding dress.
Go. Let's go back to the Cyclops.
Oh my
I'm
god.
putting Theo in a wedding dress.
Holy shit.
Zeus is gonna.
Barnaby's about to get a stepmother.
Zeus is gonna
Oh.
deep tongue kiss a cat.
Cool. That's
the fuck?
nice.
I was trying to think of something bad, and I was like, "Yeah, that's bad."
Do you know the best part about that is slightly myth accurate.
I know. What hasn't Zeus kissed?
Because Zeus turned Dionysus's mother into a cheetah to protect her from Hera, and they had sex one time.
God, Zeus such a freak.
I think I have,
Wait,
I have,
roll
I have a
dice of
prediction.
myths.
I have a prediction.
Your prediction? What's your prediction?
I think that one of our parents is gonna die. Another
Another
godly
one?
parent. Yeah, I think 100%.
Be more specific. Who's? It's okay.
If I had
you
to
can
put
say
money
yours.
on it, yeah, mine. Yeah, 100%.
Ooh.
Because
Ooh.
now that we know more of the truth, Hermes told Pan to do what he did, and if Zeus wrote that note, and if that's the truth, then Hermes and Pan went against Zeus's orders. And I think You will
I-
either let them die or they're gonna die.
I would love to
But-
hear your guys' theories on Hermes' period, because he has
Have a
been
couple.
a very confusing and elusive figure who has
Yeah,
shown many different sides.
Tell me about it.
Personally, I think he's just a
narratively-
messenger.
He's the most
I think-
he's the most investive, emotionally distant father I've ever seen, and that's incredible by godly standards.
I
I mean, two of
I
his
just think
children joined the dark side.
narratively-
Two of them.
narratively, it makes sense that someone who guides people to the underworld and guides souls there and like has traces everywhere. I just think it's narratively makes sense if someone just has a gun pointed to the back of his head, you know? I just think that narratively makes sense, especially since we've just seen a glimpse narratively of him showing that he does care for his children. He's just he's the god with the most time and the least amount of it. He is the god who can go
Yeah.
anywhere except where he wants to be.
Yeah.
Like, and that's just been revealed. How juicy is it for that to just be revealed, for that little tidbit to make its way to Theo, only for him to just lose him right before he could reach him with his
I
infinity?
have had that line in my little brain for so long, and I was deciding whether I was going to let it go then or not, which is my favorite thing of the only thing I wish I could do is not be the first time I meet my children to be when I'm leading them to Hades.
Oh,
It made me cry.
Oh.
I cried. It was beautiful.
brutal.
Thank you.
Very
Yeah.
brutal. But I think Hermes had the target on his back. If it's true, if the information that we've been told is true. Plus, he was on the island at some point, but Theo wasn't there in that conversation to know.
You saw
That's
him.
just
You
fair.
saw your father talking to Cersei.
No, I wasn't there.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, you were hiding
Was
in
I
a bush.
there?
You were
You were
hiding in a
there.
bush, overhearing
This is
it.
this is the thing, Justin. You know when your brain
Was I
turns off
there?
and
You were
you
there.
come
Was I
back
there?
20 minutes later.
Okay.
You were right there.
This is what happened.
My dad
You
was
were
on
on the
our
bed.
yacht.
You were told twice. You got the letter, and then you crawled out the window and followed him, where Cersei ran into him and said, "I told you to never come to my island again." And Hermes said, "I'm
Right.
just the messenger," and looked back at you because he saw you, despite the fact you rolled very high on stealth, because he's the fucking god of sneaking around. Of course he saw you, and then disappeared. So that's the one and only time you've ever seen your father.
Okay.
Though he has popped up a couple of times. You guys just haven't noticed.
What?
Yeah, he was in
He
the
did
fucking
see, like,
forge.
sheep.
He was?
Yeah.
When was this? I
Before
missed
you guys
this.
got there. He was in the forge.
Remember when I was so fixated on someone with long legs? That was just him being quick. That was just him
Petey boy.
Yeah.
with wings on his feet.
He was in the forge before you got there. He was in the cafe bar in Italy when Ash prayed to him, where Ash heard someone playing the
Yep.
piano and singing, and it was Hermes.
Yeah.
Because Hermes is the god of string instruments, and pianos are a string
A
instrument.
string instrument.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Does this mean Theo can play guitar?
You can
Yeah.
probably, maybe. No, actually,
Oh my God.
I feel like you
Just
have all
Wonderwall.
aspects of Hermes. You can't have all of them. I refuse.
Here's the thing.
You're bad at
Come on.
you're
Hear me
bad
out,
at
hear me
liar. This is
What?
canon.
Theo with a fiddle? Come
No,
on.
wait. What if the only thing he can play is Wonderwall?
Yeah.
So he's a dude.
did.
What
He's
if
the
it's
dude
just-
at the party.
But Faye,
I
reset it louder so she
Oh,
can.
Hold on, hold on.
Get me there.
I'm
But your
sorry.
jokes, that's true.
Hear me out. It's just Hurt by Johnny Cash. Like, that's
Real.
it. That's the only thing he can play.
No.
Look,
to be
Theo
fair,
would play.
we
If you
already
guys,
have-
do you guys have SpongeBob over there? Do you guys have SpongeBob?
Is it Gary Come Home? Are you about to say
Fucking
Gary
yeah,
Come
yeah.
Home?
Campfire song.
Maniac.
Listen. I don't know what you have. First, you're talking about blood sauce. Anyway,
Blood sauce
remember
would be
Sandy
fun.
Cheeks song, the Texas song?
Yeah.
Okay,
that's what
we
got
have
it.
SpongeBob. I
No.
don't watch it, but we have it. Like,
I'm American. I don't know what that
America.
is.
I know what you're
do
talking
know
about.
SpongeBob. I don't know the
Anyways.
Sandy Cheeks camp Yeah.
To be fair, we already have a continuing Oasis reference, which is no one else cares about that one Apollo kid who only plays Champagne Supernova, but I care
that kid.
about the Champagne Supernova kid.
What's
way
the
too
fucking
much.
What's the song that all the Kens are playing to the Barbies in the Barbie movie?
I
What song is-
wanna push you
Oh,
around.
and I will, and I will.
So good. Oh my.
Reed, do you want to sleep?
I do.
That's
You're
crazy.
Everyone
sinking
is
lower
me.
in your chair.
That's crazy. Anyway,
Yeah.
16 more
That's
questions.
crazy.
When I've sunk this low, it's such a clear because I've watched back some of the episodes and some of them I'm like here, and I'm like, oh, I'm dying.
It's like, oh god, she's melting again.
You
The
guys
only
can tell,
one that
you can
I
tell
was
how much energy Ree has because the literal battery goes down.
Mm-hmm.
I literally do. Like last episode, the finale episode when I was in Canada, and I was like, oh my god, it's daylight. I was like, I'll go through my hours.
Yep.
Have to get the
What a
bike
crazy
pump out
feeling.
otherwise.
Truly. Right then, I'll leave you guys to entertain the audience further. Into
Cheerio.
Final word. Final word. I don't know. Just say something.
Who are you? Where can we find you?
I don't
Oh,
know.
biscuits.
You can.
Oh wait,
I'll put. I was just gonna
I'm
say.
relentless.
Yeah, you are. I was just gonna say say
Yeah.
something random. Say singular word. Go.
Cheerio, pop.
So proud of
I love you, Ree.
So brave of you, Queen.
Cheerio.
All right then, ciao for now, losers.
All right.
Hi.
Bye.
Alright, alright,
Peanut
alright.
puppet.
Oh no.
So European. It's so funny.
I fucking hate
European? I'm dying here.
this. Alright.
I'm sad.
Faye, I have to ask, why are you the funniest motherfucker that's ever lived, actually?
Well, you see, I was traumatized at a young age to the point that I need to cope with comedy. Well, this too is a bit. Psych!
Everything's a bit. Everything's a bit.
I'm
Oh god.
freaking
Oh god.
Down. Bits all the way
Faye.
down, baby.
Hey,
Okay.
why are you one of my favorite people on earth? Like,
Literally.
It's a living.
Love. I'm gonna, if you guys, I'm just gonna keep asking questions, but if anyone needs to go at
Not
any
much, but
point,
it's
or
an
we can
honest living.
decide to call it, you let me know. Formalities are over. Now we vibe.
I'm just finished doing this.
Metz just said, what is your character's WWE gimmick or personality?
Oh shit.
Much like I can't think of what the artist is. You know the music video where the water
remember
comes
that.
down and the lady's on the chair and the water comes down on her?
Yeah.
That, but it's wine.
Oh.
Umbrella.
Yeah.
Love. Everyone just starts doing, when she comes on stage, everyone has to finish their drink.
Yes. Yes.
Get into it.
Get into it, yeah.
And then
Get
she
into it, yeah.
shotguns a beer and crushes out her head and then
Hell yeah.
toss it in the crowd. Blow a kiss.
Anyone else?
Probably Theo would instead of hitting someone from the top rope, he would get from the ceiling and elbow someone from the literal sky.
They don't see him come in. They just start the fight. And they're like, "Where is he?" And he just drop. Okay. See, this shows how the comedian I consume that isn't sports. But do you guys know that iconic drag performance where the lady falls from the ceiling into the splits, and it's one of the most iconic things. Yeah, that's what I thought of.
God.
But shout
is
out to old to drag from the 80s. Anyways, that wasn't. I think that was in the 90s. Anyways, it was one of the Davenports. Okay. Do you know what I did? I just got AI to write a bunch of questions, and some of them are really shit, so I'm just gonna pick and choose.
Oh no.
Ask
See,
questions
this-
in chat.
This is the way.
need you.
This is the way that we should use AI, which is for giving us dumb questions, not for making art. Anyways, what was the most challenging decision your character had to make during the campaign?
Oh boy.
Not
Oh.
attending dinner.
Oof. Yeah.
Aww.
Mm.
Damn.
choosing.
sorry.
Viewers in the chat want the Milo playlist.
All
They
right, we'll drop
what?
it.
We'll drop
It's
it.
ready for
we'll drop-
public consumption.
I mean, I
Okay.
don't think it
You
matters because we're
guys,
constantly
you
adding.
guys
to
can
it,
like,
so.
Yeah.
you guys can fiddle with it if you want. We'll post it in the Discord soon.
I don't care. It's very good. I think it's pretty good.
It's pretty good. I'm not
I
gonna
skipped
lie.
one of yours. Oh no, it's okay. I spotted it. I got you, Mets. We're doing it next.
Hottest decision to make in the campaign. Yeah, relating to that, it was choosing to leave because it was a very difficult decision because Ash originally was like, "Cool, we've got the information we need. Let's all go." And then Milo was like, "What if I left by myself and you came with me?" And I
Great
went,
offer.
"Oh, fuck! I can't let them
Trade
go on
offer.
their own, but I can't
Tra-
stay." Fuck!
Trade
This is
offer.
and it's
You
like,
get both of your sisters, but you
Yeah,
leave the island.
literally, it's like either I get both of my sisters or I get
And you're
none and I make
evil.
the same mistake I made last time and let my sibling go villain. I'm already trying to fix one of them.
I
can't
like
let it
that
happen
when
to
history
another.
repeats itself.
Yeah, it's so good.
I thought it was funny that when they were listing off like who could we convince? Do you think we could convince Jezebel? And then you had rolled insight earlier, and it's like she would ask what the actual plan is, and they're like, we can't ask Jezebel.
She would ask too many questions and convince you not to do it.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: she would be down, but she would accidentally
Yeah.
convince you out of it.
Mm-hmm.
What was the
Jezebel would
question?
go by herself
Hardest
and we would stay
decision
behind.
your characters had to make.
Oh, letting Jezebel read Theo's mind.
Fair. That was
That was huge, but like there was
Yeah.
never a better opportunity than that one to know the
Mm.
truth.
I think, yeah, that's one of my favorite because I had been thinking for a while of like, how are we gonna get this information?
Because I
Because I
think
wanted
you
to-
had asked me like, what happens if I detect thoughts on him, and I said, well, he's not gonna want you to.
Yeah,
And I
but
think that's what I told
it
you.
would be possible. So I was like, I kept on trying to think of like, how can I get consent from him while still violating this boundary? And eventually it's like, okay, verbal confirmation. Do you trust me? Which also I fucking love because of like
Because
him
The
repeatedly
echoes.
asking everyone else, and then he
Yep.
The
gets
pinboard.
asked.
The pinboard.
Oh,
Oh,
I love when shit's
and
full
Juicy.
then
circle.
shaking the hand, and then
Look
reading
at
the
this shape.
mind.
It is in fact a circle.
Hell yeah. Alright, last Mets question. Choose a movie/show to drop your characters into as the new main cast. So like think of like an
Easy.
ensemble TV show where you guys drop it and now the main characters.
Teen Titans.
That would go
Oh my
crazy.
god, yes.
That'd be crazy.
Yeah.
Supernatural.
I compared us in our Discord, like we're basically Teen Titans. We
much.
Yeah.
fit so perfectly in the Teen Titans. It's like, beautiful.
Yeah.
Wow.
My brain immediately went to like a Disney Channel show, and I can't decide which one. The first one was That's So Raven, and I was like, that's not quite what we
That's
need
so
right now, but
Ash.
it would be so fun.
Wow.
But like somewhere
What the
around
fuck?
that era
Yeah.
of Disney Channel.
So fair.
Mhm.
That's the vibe.
I think Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Mm,
What bender would each of our characters be? Oh,
go for it.
Good question.
Waterbender.
yeah.
Has to still be wine related somehow.
Theo, I think he has to be an airbender.
I think he would be an airbender who didn't grow up amongst airbenders and is like does it in a
Right.
weird way
Oh.
that isn't traditional.
Like
What's his
that
name?
kid
Fr-
from Legend of Korra?
Yeah, the
Yes, I know who
pickpocket.
you're talking about.
Mhm.
I
That
was
is
gonna say
Theo.
it, like Theo as an airbender or as a really skilled earthbender that like grew up around a different tribe so that you have a much fluider movements when earthbending because then you could just use the earth to move silently.
Earthbender, but you grew up like in the desert, so you use like sand and shit.
Sand.
Because that's more like
Wow.
flowy.
Cool.
Yeah.
But the airbending also makes so much sense. So
does.
somewhere
Yeah.
around those.
I think Milo would also be someone who was an airbender and grew up among the airbenders.
I
too, 'cause
disagree.
Of like that, like, well, no, because I think it would go in the similar arc of like, oh, peace all the time, peace all the time. We constantly get the bitter end of things? Why do we have to have peace all the time? And then goes into the suffocation arc.
But
and
then
Ash,
Mila reminds me of Ty Lee.
No,
that too.
to me, Milo is a firebender who grew up amongst the propaganda and then had to be taught out of it. Or
I was gonna
say
yeah.
firebender fits in my soul because she's also very like emotional and her emotions like rule her pretty intensely. Or it would be an earthbender who grew up in somewhere like Ba Sing Se and has no idea what the fuck is going on. Either way, sheltered childhood, propaganda heavy.
I was very much between earth and firebenders, and my brain, kind of like how Faye was saying, earth, very peace, very, like, you know, neutral standing, but my brain is either saying firebender that grew up around airbenders, or the opposite way around. Just because it's still that notion of, like, you think you're one way, and then, again, being very emotional and, like, trying not to fall into humanity, but feeling like the pressure of society.
I think
Monique
Ash
is
would
Earth.
be a fire. Oh yes.
There's no question.
I think Ash
Easy.
would
Thank you,
also
Hunter.
Ash might be the Avatar or just a firebender.
Oh,
No
shit.
way. Ash is a waterbender.
I agree.
see,
I
I
think Ash is a
fire-
waterbender.
I
I
think Ash is
know
a
100%.
nothing about
earthbender.
Avatar, so I can't tell you what
Ash-
I think.
Ash is a waterbender who's only very, very good at bloodbending but doesn't want to be, but they're built to be very good at it.
I was gonna say firebender because
Oh no.
like it is a very volatile element and you have to have a lot of control, and there's a point where they get
That's
so upset
true.
that it's like, fuck this.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. Bloodbender? The fuck? What is
Yeah,
that?
so each
You
so
would love
Yeah.
Avatar
He-
Lester
there's
Bender. No joke.
wonderful show. You need
Mets,
to
you
watch
and I
it.
were like this.
I've watched the first like 3 episodes. That's all.
You'd
It's
love
really
it so
good.
much.
It's amazing.
It's really good.
Zula and Zuko.
So, yeah.
Consider. I think Ash is an earthbender. They kind of give like the earthbender vibes of like they're trying their best to be the most grounded, but they're in like a family of earth and firebenders, so occasionally the emotion
Okay,
comes
so
out, and
Ash
then
is
it's
the
all
Avatar.
magma bending.
Ash is the
Yeah,
Avatar.
I'm just saying, magma bending is so fucking cool. Lava bending? Are you
lava
better?
bending is Monique.
I know.
Monique is
Oh, wow.
metal and lava bending.
I also
Damn.
think
So
in
I'm
like
the
the
Avatar.
narrative
Alright.
of
No, Katara vibes.
I
I
still
also-
vote waterbender. Go ahead, Faye. Sorry.
no worries. I also think in the narrative of this universe that I think it was thought at first that Kaya was the Avatar, and then it turned out that it was Ash, and that's part of the rest.
So good.
That's so
Wait,
fucking
I
good.
love
Every
that.
time.
Okay, I have the story.
fucking love
Everyone shut up. I'm passionate. I'm passionate. We should. Ash and Kaya are avatars but grew up as waterbenders. They're in the waterbender tribe. Kaya is the one who ends up being a bloodbender and is very evil. And then everyone thinks that Ash is going to end up like them, and then they're the avatar, and then
Well, all right. Listen, look. All I'm saying is I've not watched the show. However, I am gonna write fan fiction about it now.
Yeah.
And
Yes,
that's
I'm just saying.
I will help you.
B, you
Maybe
would
you should
love it.
watch it now.
I'm gonna
will. No,
I'm gonna
I will
add
watch it.
I'm gonna add another
watch
layer
party.
to this.
Watch party when?
I'm gonna add another layer to this. Ash and Kaya were twins. And and then the Ash came out second just as the previous avatar died, so it could have been any of them. It could have been either of them, and it just maybe just because of a simple mistake, it just happened to be Ash.
Consider, hear me out. It could also be a case in which they aren't twins, they are still siblings, but the Avatar like went into a nomadic period or whatever in which they were doing fuck all, and everyone was like, they're in your nation, no, they're in your nation, no, they're in your nation. No one actually knew where the Avatar was,
like,
and then they found the
everyone-
body later.
Everyone thought they were dead, but they didn't know when they died.
Yeah, so it's very ambiguous. But there was so like Avatar Kyoshi, this actually happened in Avatar lore. Avatar Kyoshi was not originally thought to be the Avatar. There was someone else who was a really skilled earthbender who was thought to be the Avatar, and they actually had to like duke it out at like 19 or something, to the death.
This is canon now, by the way.
Oh yes. Yeah. And
Anyway.
the way that they found out that Kiyoshi was the Avatar was like they were doing like poetry and stuff, and she just like spit something out, and they were like, "That was written by a previous Avatar. You didn't just come up with that." And she was like, "Yeah, I did. What are you talking about?" Crazy. I love her.
I do have the Avatar TTRPG. I've been waiting to play it. Oh gosh.
Heavy breathing immediately.
Normal
Here's
about
the
it.
thing. If I were to stream a campaign, I have a very specific scenario. It would be 4 masters called to the, I guess, like one of the southern air temples or whatever, there to train Aang. Aang disappears and they don't know he's dead. So they're looking for the Avatar, and it's like the rise of the Fire Nation.
Oh,
So the whole campaign, yeah. So
and it's like a tragic narrative of like, oh,
so
these
it's
guys.
like it's calamity.
Yeah.
It's a calamity
Exactly.
one shot. I love that.
I was
Rogue
thinking
One
between
Claw.
3 and 4 of Star Wars episodes, like between that
Rogue
time period
One.
where like the Empire just started.
Shit.
So that would be my stream Avatar campaign. I don't know if people would watch it, but it'd be fucking.
I would fucking watch. I would
I
also
wanna
play
be
in it.
in it.
Fuck
I wanna be in it,
you got 4 players right
Make
here.
memes for it.
I need to figure out how to play the game first. I had the book since last Gen Con. I just had to sit down and read it.
Are you going to Gen Con?
No, I don't believe in Gen or Con anymore. So
Do you believe in Indianapolis?
yes, I do.
Are you coming to
The
Indy?
city?
Have you heard?
No,
the
I'm
word
not-
of
I'm
our
not going
Lord
to Gen
and Savior
Con
Doesn't
anymore.
Indianapolis?
exist. The city
The
of
whole-
Indianapolis does not
The
invite
whole
me.
drama solidified my decision of not
No,
going
that's
to Gen
super
Con.
valid. A lot of
Oh,
us
I know
are just hanging around
you
in
weren't
Indy.
considering it before.
Yeah.
Like you were only
Well,
considering
I was
it
on the
before, I remember.
fence, and then like I was
Yeah.
like, oh, no one that is like that I really like bonded with last year is going. So it's like, oh, okay.
Well,
All
fuck,
right.
Jesus.
So I will be at San Diego Comic-Con.
You're just
If
gonna
you
leave
see me.
Maddie alone in the dirt.
No, I didn't know Maddie existed last year.
No, Maddie's going to Gen Con this year.
I didn't know. Well, I did know.
What?
I'm
Yes, you
I'm
did.
just
I was
teasing.
gonna
I'm
say.
just
It's
teasing.
fine.
I'm
It's
just-
fine. Yeah, absolutely.
Everyone go to San Diego Comic-Con. That's where all the
yeah.
cool
I
kids are going.
wish.
Do I look like I'm made of money?
Yeah,
Say.
like $1 million. Hey.
Looks kind of like you're made of flesh, but I've been deceived before.
That's so good. All right,
San
question
Diego
from
Comic-Con
Mets.
looks like what I imagine a panic attack is.
Yeah,
Ah,
Question from Mets. If your character's younger self, like around 6, saw the party now, do you think they would look up to your character or another party member at this point in the campaign?
I think they would look up at like Monique and just say pretty.
I think Jezebel would call older Jezebel a loser.
Yeah, I can
Oh,
picture.
damn.
I can picture
Little
terrible,
Jezebel
like,
would roast the hell out of her.
terrible, like 2 Jezebel would be like the worst being on planet Earth. She's a 6-year-old who can like read her parent to filth.
Yeah. Like, her mom and her have just, like, psychoanalyzed for days. It's like
Can
a
you
mental
imagine
chess game.
Can you imagine she's like, I want this toy, and then her mom's like, no, and she just looks at her mom and goes, so can you not afford it? Or do you just not like bringing me happiness? And just imagine the people in the store going,
Someone else buys the toy on your back.
Yeah.
sorry, I am a child. I cannot get a job. It is not my fault that you are financially incompetent that you cannot buy me this toy. And then her mom's like,
So you
what
don't
the
love
fuck is
me?
going on?
So you don't care about me? So you
my
want me
God.
dead?
Do you want me dead in a ditch?
You want me dead? Do you want me dead, mama?
Mother.
Wait, so what I'm hearing is Jezebel is a conscious baby.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Jezebel is the god of madness, is the child of the god of madness. Of course she came out and was just like, the hell is this?
No, it's like how Hermes stole a bunch of
Yeah.
Apollo's cows while he was an infant. It's giving that.
Yeah.
My uncle.
Yeah. Anyone else? The 6-year-old version of you? What would they think of you / other party members?
Theo is such a poser, so I bet he's
6?
no. I like the adult version of Theo. So I think
Right.
the 6-year-old version of him would think the older version is cool, even though it's like
Because he'd be
You know,
trying so
Theo-
hard to convince him that he's cool.
Yes.
Fair.
Yes.
Ash would be like trying to protect them, like, you know how you've always wanted a sibling? You have one.
Yeah.
Don't ask any more.
Yeah.
Don't ask any more questions.
You wanna? Yeah.
You know those things you've been feeling with gender? Yeah, it's gonna make sense in a couple of years. Don't worry about it.
Oh my god, that's so fucked.
Wait. Justin has a question.
Yes.
I don't think we know how everyone discovered they were a demigod. I think I've heard a few, but I don't think I know the entire cast yet. I don't know.
I think it was literally Jezebel turned water into wine, and her
Yeah,
mom
that's-
sat down and was like, "Listen, my college times were wild, and I
We used to go to these parties.
I used to go to these parties.
They really
and
liked my
once upon a
vibe.
time, a couple approached me and said, "We liked your vibe."
Thank you for the gifted subs, Chelsea.
Ash didn't know fully until Kaya told them. That was
Because
it was
Kaya is very Luke adjacent. They
no,
are literally
100%,
Luke and Annabeth.
literally. Yeah, no, 100%. That is the dynamic. Ash had weird shit happening to them, and then went, God, because I guess there's only one. I don't know at this point. Send me something to help me, and the something that was sent to help them was Kaya.
Send me the nicest angel you
Send
have.
me the nicest angel you have. Just Kaya.
Oh, thank you for the gifted sub, Hunter. To Fairsley.
Thank you.
I was gonna say something and I forgot.
Isn't that sad?
Fuck.
Can't believe we've done this.
Kiki's muted. I don't know what.
I fucking was talking for like 5 minutes.
Oh, we weren't ignoring
no,
you.
it's fine. No. I honestly thought we were all just vibing together. No, was it about Kaya doing the little Stitch gremlin?
Mm.
Yep. Absolutely.
I had a thought earlier in this stream, like, because we've talked about
remember.
like, oh, what would
I'm holding on to it. Keep
Go
going.
for it.
It's in my brain.
No? Okay, excellent. Write it down. Because we've talked about like, oh, if we didn't play this character, what kind of character would we play? I had a thought specifically of like this campaign. If I hadn't played Jezebel, I would want to play a child of Hestia. Imagine a child of Hestia feeling abandoned.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy shit.
Imagine I feel like it would be like a child of Hestia who like lost their family in a house fire.
Yeah, literally, yeah.
Because nobody turned off the fire or extinguished the fireplace. It would be fucked up.
Yeah.
Maybe it was their fault.
It was probably her fault.
But maybe she could have stopped it. Like Hestia could have stopped it and just
Maybe
that's
she
what
thought,
they think.
the flames are warm. Why would we take them out? Just a pyromaniac child of Hestia. I think that's the
Period.
natural
Get
progression.
into it.
Imagine her and Monique. That would be the person to handle her, honestly.
Okay, my thing that I was gonna say. I have two. One, I was saying how Kaya was the Luke of the campaign, but I think if anyone was looking at this on paper, I think they would see Theo as being destined to be a Luke, but he like changed his own fate and didn't become that person. Like I think Theo had everything stacked against him to be evil, which reminded me of a character of mine. And my DM said this to me, and I still have it in my notes. And I think this is so Theo. I'll change the wording so it fits him. Theo essentially had everything stacked against him to be an awful person, but he is instead a representation of evil's failures because despite everything, he is still good.
Oh, that's
Because legitimately, like, in that moment where Myla and Ash left, if it was going to be anyone leaving, it would have been Theo first. If anyone would have guessed, it would have been Theo first, because Theo has had the most done to him by his father, but for some reason, but he is a representation of all of their failures, because despite everything, they haven't managed to. Because he's defied what is expected of him in his creation, because I think he was created and molded to be Kaya, to be that villain, to be Luke, and he just and he isn't.
I think it's his mom. He has a really good relationship with his mom.
He doesn't have. It turns out it's all May's fault. Luke's mom.
Yeah, no, not that, but like the fact that am I misremembering
Yeah.
it? Is because she died becoming the Oracle, right?
She didn't die. She
She
went
went
insane.
She went insane because
Yeah.
she could see into the mist, or I don't. She was a
Yeah,
prophet.
so
I don't think she
she
was an
could see
oracle.
in-
I think she could just
I'm
see
a
into the
prophet.
mist.
She could see into the mist, and
prophet.
then she thought that she could take on like the Oracle spirit, but she didn't know that the Oracle was cursed, but because she gave the prophecy of the three and all that, and yeah.
Yeah.
So, God forbid anything happens to Theo's mom.
I
Yeah.
think Theo is like the nature versus nurture. His nature is to be evil, but nurture made him good.
Pretty much.
Which I think is such a cool character archetype.
Which is funny because the way I always pictured Theo learning he's a demigod, because I remember in my head he just saw like a commercial for like Disneyland. He's like, I want to go to Disneyland, and his mama said, "Nah, we can't go to Disneyland." And then he crossed like a million states and just ends up in Disneyland.
He just got on a
How'd you-
random bus and ended up there. He just kept
Yeah.
following crowds and got exactly
Yeah.
where he needed to be.
Exactly, and he went to Disneyland. It was great. He was a missing child. He was on a milk carton for a minute, but it was
I'm
fine.
honestly imagining like the TikTok transition of like going through a doorway and you're there. That just happened. It happened.
That
Through a
quick.
doorway,
It's-
suddenly
No one
was
believes
It's like
me.
when like magical children, I think in like Harry Potter is a thing where like they can do really insane stuff because they're the most like potently powerful when they're very little. The idea that he can Theo could do like insane shit that he shouldn't be able to do until like level 20, just like one time when he was like 10, where he could just like
time when I was 10.
where he just teleported randomly. I think
I
would
wasn't thinking he
picture
teleported.
I was
he like
thinking-
hitchhiked, you know?
Oh, I see that happening, but also it would be funny. I see it more like Arcane Gate, where he like accidentally went like, "Ooh, a door! I'm where I needed to be."
Exactly.
Maybe that's how he got home.
Maybe. You know what? That's a whole nother roleplay moment. It's a whole nother
Fair.
one shot.
Alrighty, how are we feeling? Still going? Do we want another question?
I think I'm probably going to like 50 minutes or so.
Yeah.
We can round it out. We're at 2 hours 41. We'll cut it at exactly 3.
Slay.
Sick.
Ooh, we've been talking for 3 hours?
We
Jesus
have
Christ.
been. It's gone so quick,
We used to do
right?
this every Thursday.
Yep.
Yeah.
How did you prepare for role-playing your character? Did you draw inspiration from any particular sources? Like, were they inspired by any other fictional characters? And then I think we have another Mets one. Don't worry, Mets, I'm paying attention to you.
I think Jezebel was kind of based off of Klaus, honestly. I think that was one of the things that I was like, yeah, cult leader. And then I just made her a weird little guy. To actually, fun fact of getting into character, I would say like words in a German accent the way that my dad does because he has an accent. So I would, if I couldn't remember how to speak it, I would say "Dia, der, Bier, Bear, Cheeseburger," and then I was in Jezebel's accent. That's how I do it, folks, and you can do it too if you can say those with a German accent.
People's trigger words for characters are the most interesting thing to me because mine are wild. For Florian, it's all right, just saying like, just sounding offended, and because he is always weirdly defensive of just being like, okay, right, first of all, no, and then I think Nethke was doing something in like Jester's accent, like the you poopy,
Are you pooping?
you poopy.
Inspiration? I think. What did I say? I think I
I
answered this
think you
question
said
like
the Kid Flash.
Yeah, Kid Flash. And Zach the Black Power Ranger is a lot of Theo. And as far as like accent, my most of my family is Southern, or from specifically from Appalachia, coal country Appalachia. And
Nice.
so it's a very different Southern accent. So it's very interesting when I hear people who aren't from like America try to do, because it's always a Southern belle. It's never coal country. But
Mm.
yeah, yeah, I think a lot of Kid Flash and Zack the Black Power Ranger. Everyone should watch Power Rangers because I think we're all Power Rangers. Like we
Go,
fit into
go,
that dynamic
Baba.
as well. It's so good.
For Ash, it was very much just vibe it out. Any inspiration I've taken from anything, I feel has been very accidental, or just kind of I can't put it on any like specific plan. I went, I'm gonna make a character that's like that. I very much was like, cool, make a character that is all about changing fate and stuff, and doesn't want to go too far with it. Because that will cause problems, and also
Hunter
it's
shush.
basically just completely incarnate of I'm gonna fix everything. I'm just gonna fix all the situations because I can do that because I can literally control fate, right? I'll fix everything, and then fixes nothing. In fact, makes it worse.
Damn.
That was the vibe.
Ash gives me the vibes of like, okay, I'm gonna say something and it doesn't mean it in the way that I'm saying it. This is more for everyone else. Like Ash has always given me like main character vibes in the way that they are just like, this is the goal, and like people who would be watching over is like, what the fuck are they doing? Do they not see how this is the most terrible idea they could have made, but they have to make terrible decisions because they're the main character and they have to cause
They have
problems.
to make terrible decisions. The plot demands it.
Ash is a final girl at a slasher, and we're all just watching. I'm kidding.
Oh no.
I would like to ask Hunter Cam's sort of question down there of asking all you guys to do a Minnesotan accent.
Oh yeah, you don't talk. We got
What
3
don't
day
you know?
course. What don't you know?
I don't do
Right?
Minnesota.
I was talking. I can only do like the Fargo ones. You don't talk.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
I can only do it in short bursts.
Put in
I
a
don't even know
pepper
where
and
it
a
goes. Like it
cactus.
goes somewhere else.
The only thing I
cool.
know about Minnesota
What's
is the
pecker and a
meme of Joe
cactus?
Biden yelling "soda." That's it.
Soda.
I don't even know that meme.
Beer.
What?
Just Google Joe Biden soda and
What's
it'll come up.
called?
That's the only thing I know
It's
about
real nice
Minnesota.
here.
Sorry.
Oh, that's no good. I
Oh
wish.
yeah, sure you betcha.
Oh yeah, sure, you betcha. I wish I could do it. The 2 accents I wish I could, because I can mimic phrases as I hear them, but I can't formulate sentences, is Minnesotan
would-
and Northern English. I wish I,
I
could
would
do a Northern
recommend
accent.
for Minnesotan, if you're
Like
looking for
Scouse.
a reference, to watch an incredible, beautiful, fantastic movie called Drop Dead Gorgeous.
Okay, my Minnesota
It's
knowledge is
so
from
good.
Fargo, but I wish I,
I
could
would
do.
recommend Drop Dead Gorgeous.
I wish I could do a Scouse accent and just talk in a Scouse accent, but all I can say is, "You look fucking gorgeous, girl." And bloody face is falling the well again. Alright. I wish I could do a Scouse accent. Metz asks, if you were required to have a companion, I'm thinking of Pet Go Nuts, what would your character's companion be? Better question, what's that like Patronus? Like, I'm thinking of that vibe. What's the Animagus?
What's the? It's not a ferret. It's like a wild ferret kind of thing.
Weasel?
Like
A
a
stoat.
stoat. Stoat.
I can see that, honestly.
I don't know why. It just.
Wait, so Mila's Patronus is a stoat?
Yeah.
This would
Okay.
also be like your Animagus thing, so like the animal you change into, and it would like match your energy. Like your spirit animal in the non, like the way where it just because spirit animals
Your
aren't a thing
golden
for white
compass
people.
Damon.
Yeah.
Theo's Animagus would probably be some sort of dog.
Oh, greyhound. Gotta be a greyhound.
Yeah.
Surely.
I could see it as
'Cause
like a
they're
hunting
fast.
dog.
Like a hunting dog.
Greyhounds are hunting dogs that run real fast.
Yeah, but
Theo's. Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, sorry. Go ahead.
Theo's Patronus would probably be a snake, but then turn into a stout.
Oh my god, he's gonna do a fucking Severus Snape and have the same one as the person he's in love with.
What? I never said that. I never said that. I would never.
Mila's like, oh my god, we're both stouts. Anyway.
Exactly.
Everyone's
That's
like,
crazy.
Anyway.
What are the odds?
I think Jezebel would be a raven because they're so freakishly big and they can imitate human speech, and she would use it to fuck around, even
and also
as like an animagus.
Trinkets.
I'm gonna. I want to steal.
I also feel like Ashes would fit as like a crow or raven because they're like an omen and also misunderstood. I like Ash gives me like
Yeah, I was
black
gonna say,
cat
I had no idea
vibes,
for mine.
like a black cat. So it's like an omen, but like but seen by others as a blessing.
I think
yeah.
Jezebel might be a snake as well because there's like the certain
Ooh.
because water into wine. Why not also just add another biblical reference? Give the little snake an apple.
Correct me if I'm wrong,
He's a
but no,
carnivore.
I am wrong. Sorry.
No, what?
Eris's
Correct me if I'm wrong. No, I am wrong.
Eris's holy animal is a crow, not Nemesis's. Does she have one? Oh no, Nemesis is a mule. Nemesis is a griffin. That's cool.
Oh.
This was a journey I was not ready to take.
I did look up Dionysus's and saw that it was a snake. One of them is a serpent,
And
I find it neat. I do find
his
it
main
neat
one
that
is a
with the
dolphin.
Yeah,
Dolphin and cheetah.
yeah.
Imagine
Serpent
you,
is
like-
also on the list though.
And in Vegas
And
time,
I-
you turn into a dolphin, you
and
just
I-
start flopping.
I think it's neat that for the like little familiar that changes shape. I think it's neat that at first Jezebel wanted the serpent so much as well. Symbolism.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
I also feel like a dolphin would fit Jezebel well because they're like they actively
Evil.
like torturing pufferfish and doing drugs
so
and
evil.
they're so
actually
evil.
fucked up.
So fucking
They're so
evil.
fucked
I
up.
don't want to be anything but a dolphin.
Is Jezebel gonna turn evil? This whole conversation is
No,
got me really
I think that's the
scared.
point. Is everyone? I think
do you
that's
wanna-
what Theo and Jezebel have a lot in common. Is everyone thinks they're gonna
That's
turn evil
true.
and they don't.
So
Look at us.
Jezebel's not gonna turn evil.
Look at us. We fought against the odds. No, but I am. Would you like to know what levels I took?
Yes.
I took barbarian.
Wait, what? Really?
Like,
She's fucking
Interesting.
mad.
What are you? Who are you mad at?
Don't worry
Ash
about it.
and Mila.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She's
by the way, that's
bubbling
what
it up like a fine wine.
There are specifics
turning it
here,
into
and those
Molotov
specifics are
cocktail.
what I texted Faye that caused the holy shit response.
Holy shit.
I think it started off with, do you ever think that Jezebel might think that... Do you ever think she could picture it like this? I love sewing. I love sewing
know what that
Discord.
is now.
I am
I wanna know
Eris.
what that is.
I'm Eris in the back with a golden apple going.
It's interesting. Like Jezebel is very angry for them leaving. Monique is preparing for war, and Theo's just gonna like cry and vibe it out. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's like Theo's not angry because he understands, which is very interesting.
I think Jezebel's very upset, partly because like she has her own little brother, and she's like, if my little brother started burning down the world, I'd be really upset and mad at him, and I
Right.
hope he changed his mind. But if he's trying to destroy everything, I'd be fucking more pissed at him than trying to save him, honestly.
Yeah.
And just also she like talked to Ash before they left, and she's like, I told you I was having a hard time, and now you've just gone and made it worse, and now I'm so mad, but actually it's fine. I'll just keep it in here until I die.
Oh damn. The reunion's gonna be amazing.
Yeah.
I wonder if there's like maybe I'm wondering if there's like maybe a session where Ash and Kiki aren't there, and then they get introduced like the second
down.
session.
I was gonna
I'm
say
down.
I was really considering doing that, or at least bringing
Just
you
so
guys.
we feel their absence.
Either
you know what
way,
I mean?
I was either gonna have you not be in the first session, or you guys would come in after the break. Either way, that was gonna happen. I think it would, cause like I don't want to have you guys on standby, and that feels shitty to me. Who knows? You might want to like watch it live anyways. I think I'll make a decision closer to like what I want to do, but then again, I think I'll bring you in on the break, and it would also actually. I know what character you guys are playing.
Let them have their own one shot, and then we'll have our own.
But what I'm gonna do is, especially since I know maybe what direction you guys are going in, I know at least one of you will come in during the break, but the other might not come in until a later session.
Hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out. One session with the party as they are, and then episode 1, party as they are, catching up what happened. Episode 2, we introduce the new characters, and then at the end of the session, they meet the party.
Whoa.
And then episode 3, we actually meet the party.
That would be fun.
Oh damn.
That could be fun.
Anyway, I'm down for whatever. We could go to
I
the
think
park.
it would it would solely depend on what characters you guys are playing, and then I would make a decision.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyways, I just remembered I was gonna say something, and I don't know if I should bring this up because it's really embarrassing. Back when we were talking about like sources for character inspos, I'm gonna need you guys to hold my hand while I say this. So, Hugo's inspo was Sherb from Animal Crossing.
What? Who?
Just okay. Sorry.
Maddie's left the building.
You can look it up, but I got Sherb from Animal Crossing in my island, and then I based Hugo completely off of him because he's just a very cute, sleepy goat.
Oh my
Did you
god.
say Shem?
Sherb.
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 Oh, look at his
Sherb.
little face with the
Oh.
little blue hat. Yeah. That's cute.
And
Little guy.
and because I put him in this little like knitted jumper, so he was in the knitted jumper, and the whole time, anytime you say anything, he's like, "I slept today. It was great." And he just goes around going, "I walked 2 meters and I got too tired. I'm just gonna go eat and nap." His personality's being perpetually sleepy, and I was like, "That's my boy."
That's my boy.
And then
Father, help my boy.
My boy! Father, why? That could sum up the whole campaign.
Yeah, no,
Truly.
really.
And then Sasha like started out as something and then changed completely. Where originally he was gonna be kind of like a Chuck Bass figure, like very like sultry and understated with his like manipulation-y vibes. And then I ended up just making him very like easily his temper was like ruled him completely, and he was just angry all the time and snapped and was just like a little dick, and so we just that's how he was, which was very fun. Okay. What did you learn about your character that you didn't expect? Did anything just come out of nowhere with like something you reacted to and went, I didn't plan for that, but I'm vibing with it?
I said this before. I don't remember if I said it in an after show, but I remember talking after stream. Myla's instant distaste for Kaya was never something I expected out of Myla, because she's very much an innately trusting person, and if Ash trusts this person, then she should too. But when Kaya came into the picture, she thought it was jealousy, but really it was just like an instantly, I do not trust you. I do not trust you. I do not fuck with you. I do not vibe with you. You broke their heart once, and the only thing I trust you to do is to do it again. So I cannot allow
Ash is the friend, Myla's the friend who helped you through the breakup and just watched you get back together with your ex.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
And then I also didn't expect her to actually end up hating the gods, but shit happens.
Anyone else?
I
Maybe,
didn't. Go ahead.
maybe that Jezebel was pretty lonely. Like I planned to just have like an aloof character, and then I was like, ah, shit, she's
Made her
sad.
Yeah.
Interesting. Why does everyone want to play aloof? Monique was trying to play aloof. You were trying to play aloof. Very interesting.
I was just playing Anxiety, the
I
character.
Yeah.
I think you have to be a little aloof to have managed to stay on the island for that long, completely stagnant.
Mm.
Yeah.
Some of you were forcefully
gotta-
stagnant, like Ash and Theo were forcefully stagnant. Monique and Jezebel did it by choice. I think Myla falls somewhere in between the two.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, now I'm kind of surprised Theo's the voice of positivity.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Yeah.
Why, when did he become the voice of, like, maybe we shouldn't kill the god?
I mean, in a group of lone wolves, it's kind of hard to be a lone wolf in a whole pack.
I'm
I
not
don't
lone
think-
wolf.
Hard to have like a pack of lone wolves.
I'm not lone wolf.
I still like the name for us being the black sheep. Oh, I love that.
We
Why is
are
it
the
gonna be
black
black?
sheep of this.
Circle back. Circle back. Yeah, that's a good point. Who's considered the leader of the group? I think it changes depending on the circumstance.
Yes.
Yeah.
But most
Yeah.
likely Monique.
Monique, I think.
I think
Kinda.
it.
Yeah.
I think
yeah.
it kind of plays into the being the oldest, but then also as well, Monique is, despite everything Monique has been through, I think, to be perfectly honest, considering everything Monique has been through with like dad and everything, I think compared to everyone else, we would have all taken it so much harder than Monique did. Like Monique, is, I mean, as Hephaestus said, is the foundation. Like, is literally the one holding us together, and like at the end of the day, like
Reluctant leader,
Yeah.
real.
reluctant leader, yeah, 100%.
Monique gives me the vibes of her coping mechanism is focusing on other people, and that can be both
Yep.
positive and toxic in the way that the toxic aspect is going, well, at least I'm not like that. I'm doing fine. Or I'm not going to be like them, and then I'm fine and I don't have to focus on me. And positively in the way that she is like a protector and wants to help others and puts others' needs before herself. But I think it kind of shows both sides, I think. Which is like what makes her a really interesting character, so I live for that shit. Trying to think if there's anything I didn't expect from any of like the NPCs. I didn't expect to do the mourning thing with Ares. All I wanted from Ares is I wanted to show his softer side in regards to his wife and children, and how he represents so much more than just the violence of war. And I the main thing I really wanted to represent, which I think is so interesting, and I think also reflects a lot in your guys' characters, is the dichotomy of Hephaestus and Ares being jealous of each other, but not realizing that they can be joined together in their very, very shared circumstances and upbringings, in the way that Ares is jealous of Hephaestus's usefulness, or that people think he is like genuinely a good god that they care about, versus he feels like no one takes him seriously, and he's hated, actively hated by the other gods. Meanwhile, Hephaestus sees Ares as the child that they wanted, and that he is like with his father's side, but really they both grew up in terrible circumstances and were really pinned against each other. And I just love that. But I didn't expect that to come out in like Ares actively mourning his brother and seeing that side of war so quickly, which I think I was talking about this, I put it in the chat the other day, I'm gonna find it, where I was talking about like this reading that someone did of Ares' character, and it was so interesting. It doesn't want to come up. Anyways, you guys can move on. There it is. Okay. In the mythology, Ares is sometimes shown defeated or detained, but he comes back to battle relentless, all in this echoing our own difficulties. Without these struggles, we are stuck, and of course, no one enjoys very difficult and troublesome things, but strangely, Ares does enjoy them and fights in the tumult alongside us, making us warriors, that in such the end, those who endure and conquer are rightly perceived with awe and become mighty beacons of courage, wisdom, endurance, and heroes who inspire society. So he's the type to revel in the negative and fight alongside you so that you may see the other side. In the whole there is no light without darkness, and he is the representative of the darkness, so you can see the true joy and know what it is to have victory. Anyways, I love Ares and I think he's really interesting.
He's a very interesting character. I love Ares.
How are we doing on time? Time check?
It is
we're at
3. Alrighty.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. We will hopefully be having this one shot with Ash and Myla Berries in August sometime, but we're gonna be at Junk On, so we're gonna get into it, and then we will start our new season hopefully in early September, which I am so freaking excited about.
Hey
But
man,
yeah.
wouldn't it be just crazy if we just pre-recorded the one shot in person because we'll all be at Gen Con? Wouldn't that be crazy? we wouldn't have time. We wouldn't have
No,
time.
we
but
don't
that
have
would be so
time.
great.
That would be fun.
I'm staying an extra day. I got time.
we can talk about it. Be sure to follow all of these people. They're incredible. Join the Discord. Go on the Patreon to see that I can actually do a pretty good Irish accent, okay? And I don't want to hear that it sounded Scottish. I'm gonna cry.
Maybe it is my delusion, but I remember
I'm
Scottish.
going to take clips and compare them. Anyways.
Okay,
Man,
by,
he's so
by
upset
all
about
means,
this.
So
you
upset.
can. Listen, I might be Delulu, but
This is gonna be Maddie's villain.
it's also
Thank
pretty
you.
easy to. It's also pretty easy to in memory mix up to if it's not a native
That's fair.
speaker doing it, because Irish is very much lenient on the consonants and Scottish is very lenient on the vowels. So they sound similar when you talk them, but or they sound similar when you're looking back on them, but when you're talking them, you can tell that there's a big difference.
Yeah, it's fine. I'm not actually that. I just thought it was funny. What would be bad is if I was doing an Irish accent and you thought I was doing an English accent, then you would make a country very upset.
You were definitely either Irish or Scottish.
Alrighty. I'll find someone to raid. Say goodbye, everyone. Say goodbye,
Bye.
intrepid
Bye,
heroes.
everyone.
Au revoir, mes amis.
I hope you